All right, yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Alpha Delete, and we are beginning a new playthrough today. Let's go ahead and jump over here to our live screen, and we are starting with a driven assimilator robotic machine species. That's a whole lot right there to say, but I gave you guys a chance to vote on what playthrough you would like to see me try out next, what kind of species you wanted me to play with, and all that jazz. And here we are going to take a quick look at the YouTube channel and see what you guys picked on. And so for starters, we're going to go over here to the Alpha Delete channel, and we're going to jump to our community tab. And here it is. The machines have one purpose: to assimilate the galaxy. And then I tell you guys to join me right now. And here was the vote. So we had 39 votes, guys. Thank you so much for everybody that's been voting on this. This is absolutely awesome right now. I love trying to include people into the streams. If it's not directly, like sometimes, you know, I don't play as many multiplayer games, but I still like to have interactions in my Stellaris games. And so I gave you guys a chance to decide what type of empire you would like to see me play next in today's game. And you guys have mostly voted for Driven Assimilator. Now, the Mega Corp, I might have to do a second one on this one. Also, Terrible Hamster and Radio Wave, welcome to the stream. Terrible caught me a little bit earlier on there, but yo, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful weekend. Here in the States, we got a 3-day weekend ahead of us. It's Memorial Day weekend, and so I'm going to be enjoying some time off, relaxing from work, and hanging out, probably play some Stellaris. And so yeah, like I said before, guys, this is what we've all voted on: Driven Assimilator. And so this is going to be the playthrough that we are going with right now. And right from the back, we are going to start a new game and just create this empire from scratch. Now, I tried out a Driven Assimilator off stream before, and this time around, guys, we're turning off all species. We don't want any kind of any of the custom empires. They will be added in the next run, and we do have a Discord if you guys want to check that out as well, where I let other players create their own empires that they want to add into my game, and then we add them all in there. And so I like to kind of mix things up a little bit, like one stream or one series, one campaign, shall I say, I'll let the custom empires join in my game, but then after that, I switch back, and then I like to get some of the random spontaneous stuff going on. And so, yeah, Radio Wave, howdy, how are you doing? Terrible, guys. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Had a nap and then woke up in time for an alpha stream. Yo, that's a wonderful way to spend your, I believe it's evening time for you now. But yeah, it's been a pretty long day for me as well. Let's go ahead and jump over here to creating a new empire. And this is one of my favorite things to do here: creating new empires. And so we're gonna go ahead and select this here. And right from the back, we're gonna switch down from humanoids to machines. And we have a couple of options. The machines this is one of my favorite type of species. I'm so glad that I didn't think the poll was gonna select machines, but here we are. And so I think I'm gonna go with the, you know, they say, I've seen this here, that this is actually the face right here. Not this. This is not the eyeball of this machine species. It's up here. And so I've been seeing a meme about that, and I kind of want to run with it now. And so let's go ahead and select that. And then for our species name, let's see here. We're gonna try to keep everything sort of tech based. And so we're going to call them USBs. How about just USB for short? And then for this plural, cable network. And then for adjective, hotline. And so just kind of mixing things up here. Alpha OS mainframe. Yeah, we might have to try something out with that. For our species name, how about that? Let's go with the Terrible Hamster. Always has the good names, all right? Alpha OS. We'll just do Alpha OS. I dig it. There we go. And so our ship prefix will be the Alpha OS ships. For our names, we're going to jump down here to the machines. And so, you know, I might just go with Machine 1. This seems like it's the easiest names to pick up on. And, you know, it's just Unit F5, Unit K9, simple machine names here. But you know, if we look at some of the other ones, you got calculators, you have, what else? A systematron, codunction. Yeah, there's all kinds of things going on here. Yes, operating system is for OS. Alpha operating system mainframe. But I'm going to go for the Machine 1 for now. And after that, we got some traits to pick here. And so energy credits, one of my favorite resources to try to really expand on. And I think we're going to be playing with Ring World in this run. It's been quite some time since I've streamed a Ring World origin here. And so the energy credits from jobs, this will get increased by 15%. Definitely want that. And then I try to pick 2 positive traits and 1 negative. And so another one that I really like to go with is mass produced. And so this increases mechanical pop assembly speed by 15%. The other, the superconductive, that increases energy credits from jobs by 15%. And so now we have to pick either 1 or 2 or just 1 or 2 traits that are negative for my species. And one that I usually go with is high bandwidth. This increases my empire size from pops by 10%. Kind of counters what I'm doing with the superconductive, but I don't want to pay more for the assembly costs. Over time, I feel like late game that would definitely hurt me. We have repurposed hardware, which your leaders will gain negative, their leadership experience gain will drop by 25%. And so, I want my leaders to be good. I don't want my pops to be unhappy. And so this amenities from jobs has always turned me away. And the pop housing usage, you need pops to live. Or you need pops to have a good empire. And if those pops don't have any housing, well, you're going to be in some trouble. And so the high bandwidth, we'll go with this one. It does have its penalties later on, but for the early game, if we can get a head start, that'd be wonderful. I really like the nameless Robot 1, Robot 2, Ship A, and so on. I do too. I like that it's a little bit easier to pick up on, because sometimes when I'm playing with like even a humanoid name, there's like Sir Maximilius Cornelius III, and I'm like, I got to say that in my playthroughs here for like a week here. And so, for our, here we go. I'm going to go with random, but I like the idea of my home world name being Scython or Synthon. And then our star name is going to be Synthis. And so, like I said, we're going to be going for a little bit of that machine kind of nameless there. Defugal, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by on the YouTube channel. I'm here just lurking. Got you on for the big TV. Nice. Yo, I appreciate that, my friend. Hopefully you're having a good weekend. Yeah, guys, we're just now getting started though. And instead of picking a random solar system, you know what? I feel like it's been quite some time since I've had. Actually, I think now that I'm thinking about it, we're gonna have to go too random, because I plan on picking a ring world. And so the type of planet we want doesn't matter, but I'll pick frozen just for the minerals, just in case. You never know. And here we go. So next up, we have our city appearance. I always like the Necroid, especially on an ice world, that kind of like snowy white with the black buildings and the blue lighting on the inside. Juicy. For our room here, let's give us something that maybe fits a machine a little bit better. Maybe like a water cooling system background, or some sort of like advanced technology we may not know about. Oh, here we go. This looks kind of nice. Got the little grid locks in the background. I love that. And so let's go ahead and hit next here. And one of my favorite parts of picking an origin, or of creating an empire, is picking an origin. And so we are playing, as you guys can see over here on the right side, we have all DLC active. There's a lot to pick from. And yeah, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to leave a like and a subscribe. If there is a type of robot species you like to play with, let me know in the comments below. And so this is all going to be machine themed for the next, I want to say, like my playthroughs typically last about 3 weeks, average 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks. And so depending on how this goes, we'll see. We're going to be playing on Grand Admiral this evening as well. But guys, we're gonna go for the Shattered Ring. And so it says that this civilization inhabits a ring world built by the unknown forerunners. If it can be understood and fully repaired, it will grant them a great power. And so yes, this starts my my home world as a ring world. And so let's go ahead and hit next on that. And for our ethics, now I wish I had my Stellaris shirt on, because I have a Gestalt Consciousness shirt. Gestalt Consciousness, this is what we're playing with. We cannot use democratic, oligarch, dictatorial, or imperial authority. My rulers, which this is going to be a first time for me, are going to be immortal. Our native pops are not affected by happiness and will not join factions. Native pops belonging to the drone living standards do not require consumer goods. And on top of that, native pops cannot survive in non-Gestalt consciousness empires. Can use no retreat war doctrine. All right. And so we got a lot going on here, but Gestalt consciousness it shall be. And let's select our civics. Now, what we're going with in particular, the driven assimilators. And so what this says about the driven assimilators, because if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Ring world theme music. So with driven assimilators, check it out. Obsessed with the survival through diversification, the machine intelligence seeks to erase the line between itself and everything and everyone else. The effect of this origin, or no, not this origin, I'm sorry, this civic will start our game with 10 cyborg pops and the ability to assimilate organics as cyborgs. Assimilating an organic pop generates a small amount of unity and society research. Now, non-assimilating organic pops are automatically purged over time. So we'll have to have the assimilation casus belli on all other empires. We will have decreased opinions from most other empires. This also allows for access to the cybernetic ascension path, and growth node experience gain will be increased by 25%. And so the growth nodes, they're kind of like your leaders. There's just going to be we'll take a look at that once the game gets started. And so here below that, there are a few more requirements. We're looking at this all right here. And then it says, last but not least, that our civics that do not fulfill all of the requirements will become inactive and will not provide any of their bonuses. And so that's going to be our first civic we select. And then for my second one, let's see, we got a couple of options here. And I'm going to just kind of skim through these really quickly because the sooner we can get our game started, the better. And so just from surface here, the maintenance drones, maintenance protocol. This could be very juicy. And I'm going to come back to that one. I just want to look at some more, but yeah, that maintenance drones producing unity, that sounds very nice. Robot upkeep sounds very juicy as well. I think we're going to go back though to, oh man, and then you got the replicators. And so getting that advanced or that increased mechanical assembly speed, chef's kiss. It's just, they're so good. And so I'm torn right now, guys. Let's see here. Maintenance protocols or rapid replicator. I got to try and do this here real quick. Can I set this up? Oh, I can. All right, guys. So we're going to start a poll here. Let's see if I can figure out which one it was. So it was rapid replicator, and let's go to, where are you at? I can't see you. Oh, maintenance protocol. And we're going to make this a really short poll here. And so get your votes in really quickly. I'm letting the chat decide. Do you want rapid or do you want protocols? Leave your votes now and we will select our first or our second civic here. And so that is underway. In the meantime, though, we'll come back to this and let's go to our advisor voice. And so here we have self-destruct sequence initiated. I like the robot. 4, 3, 2, 1. The robot's not bad. All right. It sounds kind of, there's something about the voices being a little echoey. And so let me look for something else. To live is to consume. So the Ruthless Conglomerate is always one of my favorites. But I picked that before, and I think I might try out the Necroid this run. And so we'll go ahead and select that. Oh, did not let you? I think we got, let's see here, rapid replicators. Okay. There it is. I got just 2 right now. I know it's still kind of early in the stream. Mobile op not letting me vote. Strange. Yeah, that was my first time doing that myself. And so whoever else voted, thank you so much. Let's go ahead and jump back to our, so our Civic. And so rapid replicator. Okay, copy that. I think that, all right, well, in that case, we'll count it. It'll still be two for rapid replicators here. And so let's go ahead and select that. We're going to jump to next. So Necroid, we have our voice advisor. And then last but not least, I had a name here for the Empire name that I wanted to select, and I'm going to jump back to it. Oh yeah, here it is. The Neural Infusion. What do you guys think? The Neural Infusion. Neural Infusion. The NI. And then I kind of like the OS. I like the OS thing. But OS NI, operating system Neural Infusion underway. Infusion sounds fammy? What does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. Oh, fancy? Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to add a little flair to it. And so let's look for a flag now. And so, you know, I kind of want something that looks nice. Looks kind of like, what would be something that looks like it assimilates? Maybe something round? This right here. Boom. The species that are from the outside come in as one. I don't know. I'm putting something together at this point. And so, here we're gonna go ahead and select the colors of our Empire's border and the flag. And I feel like with machines, it has to be like black and gray, or better yet, how about just mostly gray and then a little sprinkle of black there. And then last but not least, we have our background here. And we're just gonna, let's go for something that maybe fits this background a little bit better here. And so many options, man. There's a couple of these I haven't looked at. There was oh man, right there. That is it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an empire that is being formed. Now, for my ship's design, we're definitely going to go with the Necroids. One of my favorite ship types. The pointy ships here just look incredible. And so here we have our destroyer, Necroid. Yeah, these all look pretty sweet to me. And so we'll go ahead and select that. And for our ruler, let's see here. What is going to be our ruler name? We need something. What is like a superior piece of technology? How about Ultimate? Or how about we shorten that? Wait. I completely butchered that. All right, so hold up. Let's jump back. How about mainframe? There we go. Much easier. And outside that, we can change the color variant. Wow. And so these I haven't seen for this machine type. But let's just give it kind of like a standing out color, a yellow color there. And for the ruler title here, Eternal mainframe. There it is. And so guys, another one of my favorite features, and we made a video about this with Stellaris. We got to partner with them. Your ruler's traits. For assimilation, it really brings the one of us chance to a new level. Oh yes. Radio, what were you saying looks awesome? The ships, because one of us, yo, that could be the chance. One of us, like a robot, that'd be kind of freaky, like a robot empire full of like robots. And when they see you, they're like if they see an organic, they're just like, one of us. It's an organic. He's one of us. Come, become assimilated and be one of us. Yes, those ships are pretty sweet. The Necroids are my favorite designs. We don't start beef, we create family. We create more of us. All right, so let's select a trait for my ruler here. And so right now I'm looking through the governing leader class options. And right now I'm not really seeing much that I want with the governor. Let's switch over. I will say I really enjoyed the Admiral leader class in my last game. I will say that I had a lot of fun with that. But I think this time we might maybe switch it up a little bit, and let's jump over to scientist. I wonder what's up if we try this out. Let me see if there's any traits that are standing out to me at the moment. I'm not sure if I really want to go a tech run right now, because I know species will not enjoy the fact that we are assimilating robots. And so I'm thinking for now, I might go with fleet organizer. That's nice. I had a lot of fun in the last game learning about really maximizing out on my fleets. We learned a couple of things here. And guys, before we start, the machine trait has been added. It doesn't have any points to our trait points. And now we have to create a species. And so I'm going to make this a little bit easier for myself for role playing. We are going to have, you know what, let's have some orcs. Let's switch it up a little bit. We got robots and we got orcs. And for their names, we'll give them just basic names. And then I do something like that. And then for objective will be family. Yo, Terrible Hamster, have I played Among Us on stream before? I have not. I actually haven't played that game as much as I would want to, but the times that I did play it, I had a lot of fun. Yo, System Television, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Television says, oh, I'm playing Driven Assimilators 2, currently on the strongest empire, declared war on me to stop me. Let's see how that goes. Yo, well, good luck assimilating them there. This is probably like my second time trying out Driven Assimilators. We don't start beef, we create family, one of us. Oh yeah, for our species biography. One of us, there it is. Oh, that's the cyborg species. Wait, what? Why are they robots? Okay, so these are my species. Okay, cool, so it doesn't change that. Okay, so outside of that though, since we have, we're gonna be getting more resources from energy credits, and so maybe I could switch something around for these human species, and we could maybe make them Argarian. Since they're gonna be organic, they're gonna need some food. Next up, we could probably squeeze in, man. Let's see what else we got. Oh, since I can probably imagine I won't be having any kind of human leaders. Fleeting will be very nice to have. Okay. And with them being mostly converted into robot species, the governing ethics attraction shouldn't be, we'll be converting them into my species. And so eventually they'll come into our way of thinking. And so sure, they may be deviants for now, but this kind of reminds me of this book I read called Battlefield Earth. And so for their, I got two positive trait points here to pick from. And I'm going to select the rapid breeders. I'm all for pop growth right now. And if I got a source of food that I can continue, not food, but a source of species that I can continue to assimilate into robots on top of assimilating robots, or assembling or putting together robots and building them, that's double the pop growth, and my source of robots does not go away. And so we're gonna go ahead, I'm actually gonna save this species here. We're gonna hit done, and next up we're gonna go to our game details here. And so for my past couple of runs, I've been playing on actually in order to play on this size galaxy, I have to change it. And so I've been playing on a much smaller galaxy here, but for the AI, these are all going to be random AIs, no custom AIs in this run. Just like I said before, I'm wanting to switch it up a little bit. We're gonna have 8. You know what? Let's turn this up. I like to have a packed galaxy, and so we'll add 10 AI empires in a small galaxy. I always like to have 2 of them. Actually, you know, we'll have 1 be an advanced empire, and I can only have 2 fallen empires in this run. Okay, and so technology costs I keep at 1x, habitable worlds I keep at 0.5. For pre-FTL civilizations and pre-sapient species, I'm gonna keep that right at a solid 4. For the crisis strength, we're turning this up. We're turning it up to 3, okay? 3x. And so there it is. Can I turn it up to 4x? Boom, even better, 4x. We're really turning it up there. And so they may be a crisis that we will or will not be able to stand up against. Crisis type is going to be all. The mid-game start year set to 2275, all right? 2275. And so 75 years into the game, we're gonna have some sort of mid-game crisis or mid-game something start here. And so it would either be a machine uprising or a Great Khan, which it'll probably be the Great Khan. The in-game start year is going to be set to 2375. And I'm gonna actually turn that up a little bit. We're gonna turn it up to 2400. All right. Victory score year, I'm gonna set this one to 2500. Difficulty is at Admiral right now. That's what we played in our last playthrough with the Commonwealth of Yang. Driven assimilators, all right? We are trying to get a little bit better at this game. If I lose it, hey, okay, no worries. But Grand Admiral it'll be. And it says here that with this setting, the AI gets massive bonuses to its economy, research, and naval capacity. And so here we go, guys, playing on one of the toughest difficulties in the game. Wish me luck. Scaling difficulties off, all this other stuff, it's just going to be left kind of the same for now. Gateways, I gotta turn these things off. I am so sick of gateways. Or better yet, I'm going to turn them down to 0.25. Wormhole pairs, same thing. Just traveling across the galaxy with like 50 gateways. Just kind of, I'm not feeling that. All right. But yeah, outside of that though, I'm going to pretty much keep, oh, here it is, L gates. Oh, we'll keep the L, so the L gate's cool. But yeah, just whenever I see an empire building like 50 different gateways, I'm just like, I don't know. What do you guys think about gateways? Let me know. And here we are starting the Driven Assimilator playthrough right now. Yes, squeezing through a difficult victory is much more memorable. I agree. Terrible Hamster and everyone else here that's in chat, let's take a look at our origin. And so here's my robot species, the Neural Infusion. We are a catalog index. And so it says here that this machine intelligence was designed with a ravenous appetite for knowledge by its organic creators who were forcefully assimilated into its collective consciousness after activation. You're on a small galaxy system television. On large ones, you'll want gateways because your empire gets big. That is true. And that's why I was like, yo, if I'm playing on a small galaxy, too many gates. It takes away from kind of the immersion a little bit. All right. So it says here that with our origin, the Shattered Ring, if we ever knew how our people arrived on Cynthian, our histories have long forgotten it. What we do know is that just over 2,000 years ago, in some unconceivable catalysm destroyed much of the ring and killed most of the population, and that our people eventually rose from those ruins. Now, our civilization has grown, flourished, and now stands ready to explore the galaxy, whether again or for the first time. But despite all our progress, we still have a long way to go before we can understand and repair the ring world, which is our home. Which is our home. One of us, guys. And so let's go ahead and begin. We've already looked at our ethics, civics. We just created this empire. My robots are USB, universal, standardized bots. Oh, and first things first, we're gonna start by selecting our first technology here. And so we got a couple of options here, and I gotta go for that tech. And so the quantum theory is gonna be our first tech that we research. For our next tech here, we're gonna go with genome mapping. So help me grow some pops a little bit faster, getting that 10% pop growth speed modifier. And for engineering, we got a couple of options. I'm gonna start with that ceramo metal armor. And yo, Shaw, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Terrible Hamster says, I like those hyperlink thingies that boost travel between two star systems. Oh, the hyper relays? Yeah, I love those. I like gateways set to a very low percentage because I feel they should be rare. Facts. USB universal strawberry bots. Alrighty. They're USB, but what type? What are they compatible with? What if they attack another assimilator and they're USB-C and your empire's USB-A? They won't be able to interlink. We are the assimilators, Defugal, and so we will be able to interlink with all types of robots. We have plenty of capabilities. If we're a spacefaring species from a ring world, oh yeah. And so guys, speaking of ring world, here it is, our juicy ring planet with only one section available right now. The other one we can colonize here a little bit later on, but we're gonna need to, I think we need to repair this a little bit. It's a ruined ring section, but yeah, here's our starting planet, or our starting ring. We're gonna zoom out here and see where we are located in the galaxy. And so right away, I see that we are on the very top here. And I see that there's a couple of systems out here that I wonder what's up with this, because I've never seen a galaxy where there's like systems from the start. This is bizarre. And I got a feeling there's something going on up here. I don't know. You guys let me know. Usually they're like, when you start the game, you don't see galaxies that lead out to the outside of the borders here. And so I'm going to definitely send my science ships in that direction first. And let's start by plotting a course in that direction here. And so is it? Let me double check. Where do you see that? Oh, I see it right there. What is that? Oh, there we go. Thank you to Fugel for catching that for me. Hello all, I found out about this game literally 5 minutes ago. Yo, well, welcome. I'm Alfing Delete. I play this game quite a lot. I've been playing it pretty consistently for about the past like 4 years. I've been streaming it pretty much nonstop for the past like 2 years now. And so if you got any questions, I'm sure people in the chat can help you out. I'll do my best to. I like to put together these really big campaigns for Stellaris. And so I'll make my empire. I'll let chat interact with it. And it looks like right now my stream deck's not working, but I'll get that fixed here. Exclamation point Twitter if you want to see some of my past playthroughs. But yeah, I love this game a lot. It's awesome. I recommend it. If you haven't tried it out yet, it's definitely worth a look. There's lots of replayability in this crazy fun game. And so yeah. System Television ask, is this barred spiral? Never played on this shape. Also, yeah, those stars are weird. Yes, we got some weird stars up here towards the top. And I actually don't remember what I picked, but I'm pretty sure this looks like a barred spiral. Like there might be one system that connects these two clusters of galaxies. And so yeah, farming bots that ran away and changed their core programming. I like it, Terrible Hamster. Guys, let's go ahead and start planning a course here. I want to know what in the world is going on. What in the galaxy is going on up here? Because right now I don't see any lanes connecting over here. Don't even see any stars near that, but we're gonna figure out what's going on in that system if we can. And for my construction ship, we're gonna go ahead and move it right behind the scientists. And so we'll move it here as well. We got the game still paused at the moment. Let's see here. Radio Wave says, I was listening to the species background and the synopsis gave me hardcore Brainiac vibes. Ooh. Yeah, there's no telling what path we're gonna go in this game. Guys, let's look at our leaders. So we have the Eternal Mainframe. This is a USB species. Their empire effects per skill level decrease empire size from pops and increases edict funds. They're currently ruling my home planet, and their traits, they have the fleet organizer and they're a machine intelligence. Cool. And so with the Jest of Consciousness, I'm curious to see what this ethic will do to my empire. Actually, we have a chance here to look at it now. And so this decreases war exhaustion gain, increases monthly influence, and increases our encryption. Now for my governing ethics, I don't think there's anything for this, but it looks like right now we are nearly, it looks like we're at about 80% complete on this infinite opportunities agenda, and we'll launch that once it's finished. Now, I'm not going to look too further into the other agendas until later on. But here next, we're going to go to our society. And actually, no, there's nothing to see here as well. I wanted to see, let's go back to my government tab. All right, so policies and edict. Right now, it is set to diplomatic stance. Our diplomatic stance is set to expansionist. Outside of that, though, if you guys want to stop this here, you can see what edicts I have available. I don't have enough unity to fortify my borders just yet, but we'll definitely select that a little bit later on in the game. Terrible Hamster says, I wonder when Paradox will finally include the pretzel galaxy shape. That'd be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. You need to post in the forums recommendations and tips and things and send them that idea. All right, guys. So outside of that, we're gonna go ahead and juggle some of my resources around. One of the first things that I'm going to do is go to our planet here, and wow, we actually have a orc that is governing our home planet. And so our ruler is the robot, the orc is the governor, and I kind of dig that. It's like the orc kind of like sways the people to become assimilated. And I think now, like, it would be perfect if, like, assimilation is just a normal thing in this civilization. And so we're going to need about 400 minerals here. And right away, I'm going to build a research lab, especially right now, since we have 0 jobs on this planet. And so as soon as we get some more resources built up, we will, add some more buildings to Synthon. And so if we go to our population here, this right here is one of my favorite things, growing a pop and assembling a pop at the same time. Now, let's see here. I want to see, there's no migration from this species. But we're getting a lot of pop growth modifiers on our robots right away. And so good stuff there. We'll come back though to this planet a little bit later on. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and crank this speed up just a tad bit. And so after that, I'm gonna go to my fleet manager, and here we're gonna spend a quick moment here just tinkering around with some of our ships. And so in my last run, man, like I said, got some really good advice in those last couple of games. And it's really opened me up on just tinkering with more. I used to be so intimidated by building, like, or just doing what I'm doing right now, going in and adding my own weapons and things like that. But I think you know what, we're gonna see if this works against Grand Admiral here. And one of my main focuses with my fleets will be to build a mostly Corvette and frigate led fleet across the galaxy, because last time, man, we put together a lot of these. Let me see, this is going to be my point defense. There we go, point defense missile corvettes. We'll auto-complete this. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun just designing my ships here. And so we're going to add one more design. And this one, where's my Corvette? Where are you, Corvettes? All right, we're just going to change it from here. We're going to add a laser as well. There we go. So 3 lasers. This will be my dispatcher. And there we go, my dispatcher Corvette. And so right now we just created 2 different types of Corvettes. We have 3 total. They all have different weapon types and things like that. Honestly, I might change this to all kinetic weapons, and we'll save that there. There we go. And so we got our dispatcher. Oh, nope, let's back up. We got our regular ship here that has all kinetic weapons, our dispatcher with all lasers, and then our Corvette with point defense and nuclear missiles. And so we'll be building a couple of those and just getting a head start on all of this now. This is the current fleet that I have. I only have 3 ships at the moment. No worries, we'll be adding more of the others here in due time. And so we'll get about 4 of these along the way, and once we have the resources to reinforce those, we definitely will. And so now we're going to go ahead and continue our game. And while our science ship is currently surveying the galaxy, let's see if can I build another science ship? I need, holy moly, okay, only 100 alloys. And so in about 2 months, that'll be a up and peasy, easy squeezy science ship made for the USBs. And so we're going to go back here to, there's something else I wanted to look at. Testing, mic check 1 2, yes. I think that's it for now. And so there we got it, enough alloys now to build a second science ship. Alrighty, and let's see, what were you trying to do, Terrible Hamster? All right, so right away we see that we have 6 minerals in this first system. That is wonderful. Let's see if we can recruit a scientist. And it looks like right now I do not have enough unity to do so. But man, this scientist looks pretty good. Got some leader experience gain modifiers and a unity modifier. And so yes, now we have enough unity. We will select him, and he is going to be, or it is going to be, commanding our second science ship here. And I usually don't do this, but I'm going to send 2 towards the top direction here. And like I said before, guys, we got a few of these weird systems at the top of the galaxy that I want to see what is going on. I don't know if they're connected or not, but if we can just survey these systems and see what's happening, that would be wonderful. And so our second science ship is in the way, and it looks like we have a toxic terraforming candidate that has been discovered. Now, our detailed survey of apparently a planet in this first system we were surveying revealed that although it is currently unsuitable for life due to noxious gases, which for my species, we're robots, we get any planets we want, it is capable of sustaining a breathable atmosphere. Now, through a concerted effort, we may be able to break the planet's toxins down into less lethal compounds. Terraforming this planet would theoretically be possible, but we do not yet possess the means to accomplish this monumental task within the realistic time frame. And so this is fascinating. We have found a world that later on in the game, once we get some terraforming technology, we will be able to change that world for, let's say, if I have more organic species in the future. And so here with this agenda that we can now launch, let's go to planets, or I always call it planet now. Tried to make text and comment. Oh, okay. I didn't know that's how you did it. But yeah, here with my Scython species, or my Scython planet, the Shattered Ring World. So the amenities are at 22. Now, when I go to my agenda, we're going to launch this here, and that's going to increase amenities by 10. Next up, we're going to open up a agenda. And we got two options here. And so I think for starters, I'm going to go with the Finding the Voice. This gives us some monthly Unity modifiers. And it says that millions of impressions and conclusions overwhelm us. Learning to filter out all but the most important voices takes effort, but also makes us more efficient. And so Finding the Voice is going to be our next agenda that we're going to be launching. Oh, and ooh, there is a nebula right next to me. And so maybe getting another science ship here, once we get the Unity back up for it, we might recruit a third scientist. And for the time being right now, we are kind of throwing traditions out the window. We're trying to get scientists out here in the galaxy to survey. And so, oh, here we have it, our first chain event. And so the Arisian Concordant says that we have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on a planet we were surveying, and from what we have translated so far of their language, we have learned that these aliens called themselves the Arisian Concordant. Now, they were an interstellar power that held sway over this region of the galaxy a little over 1 million years ago. So I'm wondering, or you guys may be wondering as well, what happened to the species? Well, it says here that they appear to have been 6-limbed mammals, and there are several references to some sort of plague that called the Javorian pox, and so which swept across their empire with devastating results, possibly leading to their extinction. Now, guys, before we continue here, we got a new follower, Veranos. Thank you for the follow, and welcome to our Stellaris stream. I now grant you the status of Alpha, the energy of Yang, and the ability to delete all elites. Thank you for the follow, and welcome to the beginning of our Gestal consciousness-driven assimilator playthrough. We just came across our first, really, this is our first situation in the game. 6-limbed mammals with smallpox sounds like a tortured existence. It sure does. But having 6 limbs would be pretty sweet though. And yes, terrible hamster. Oh, I love it. Yo, guys, I like that. And so I think now when we get a new follower, we just got to do the one of us. But yes, one of us. We got a new one. One of us. All that itching, yes. And so, interesting. This is going to give me 10 minor artifacts, and we'll probably come back to that situation a little bit later on. And so, there it is, a precursor situation. And now we have the contact report remnants. We've confirmed the first material traces of intelligent alien life in a foreign world, and that took us less than 1 year. And so, remarkable. On top of that, we have found some exotic gases as well. And that is a busy system right here. We got a situation, and now we have our first contact protocol. And so, guys, sometimes I like to read into these a little bit more. I'll be leaving chapters in the YouTube video after the stream, and it says here that our recent encounter with alien life forms has brought forward the need for us to decide how we should act towards any potentially intelligent alien civilizations that we may meet. One possibility would be for us to seek to establish peaceful contact with them as soon as possible by sending them information necessary for them to translate our communications. This may, however, prove imprudent should they have hostile intentions toward us. The safest option would be to proceed with caution to attempt to communicate with them without giving them too much information on ourselves. On the other hand, We could make more aggressive moves to both find out more about them and ward them off our territories. However, this would be sure to antagonize them. And so I want my assimilation to go by a little easy, or at least as easy as we can make it. And so we're going to greet the Xenos with open arms, but that doesn't mean my actions have to be that way. And so here we should have enough alloys now. We're going to build our first starbase. If you combine 500 minor artifacts, you'll get one whole complete artifact. Speaking of which, now that you brought that up, I want to see what we have. Ooh, artifact relays. I don't have many of these at the moment, but no worries. But what I do have is a growth node level up here. And so we will be able to select a new trait for this leader, which I'm not sure what category you would put this in. And so we have accelerate replicators, which I got to go for. This helps both types of species that I currently have. I currently have I have orcs and I have robots, and this would increase food from jobs and increase mechanical robot assembly by +3. +3. Oh no, you're good, Terrible Hamster. Yeah, you're okay. And so let's go check out our nodes here real quick and our leader. So our leader currently has the increased naval capacity, and it's immortal. All right. Now we have a growth node over here that increases. Oh, this is the trait we just checked out. We have an expansion node, which these are leader types I haven't even seen before. But this one doesn't have any traits just yet. It just increases monthly influence. The cognitive node increases research speed. So cool stuff here. And then the deviant suppression node. All these are really cool. Actually, I really like how this looks. And so this just decreases crime on my planets. All right, and so, now that we've checked that out, there we have it. We've completed our first construction. And I'm probably, you know what, since they haven't finished surveying that system yet, I'm going to have this construction ship go ahead and start building some mining districts. Now, in my past couple of games, I would go for the districts that have technology in it. But now, the energy credits, the minerals, they're a little bit more absolute. There's a lot more you can do with those. And so the systems I go for now, I'm going to be going for, like this right here has a lot of resources in it. We want that. And so we looked at the library excavation site has popped up. This says that a thick layer of glass and metal covers this otherwise barren planet, perhaps hinting at some sort of catalysmic event in the past. And so we will probably dive into this situation a little bit later on. Oh, I just thought of this. Imagine broken shackles, robot sentience. Hello, new Geth. Ooh. Yo, if you want to design it, in our next playthrough, we will be adding the custom empires back. And so if you have an empire that you want to modify, if it's already been in the game, or you want to see a different type of empire, in between now and our next playthrough would be the perfect time to get that started. All right, and so up here, it looks like, no systems lead to this strange and bizarre cluster of systems there. And so we might have to wait until we get pre-FTL, not pre-FTL, but jump drive technology, if we do. Or, we'll see what's going on. And so next up here, we're gonna go for a discovery for our first tradition that we unlock. And that's gonna add a chart the unknown to my council agenda. On top of that, I'm not going to have any Unity right now, and so I'm going to have to come back to that to use the map the stars. But I'm seeing another, I think this is a nebula over here. I can't tell, but I don't want to wait either. Let's see if we can maybe buy another science ship. And after that, I'm going to use some of the Unity to recruit another scientist as well. Now I have 2 envoys right now. We can't do anything with them just yet. Yeah, and I got room for one more scientist too. And in the early game, I'm going to be definitely using our leaders to explore the galaxy. And so I got a lot of minerals. We'll go to our ring planet here. And right now we only have 1 maintenance job available and only 3 housing. And so let's start by building a Nexus district, and we'll come back to this. Oh, look at all these. On top of that, I'm going to go ahead and clear out a spiraling slum. And the reason I'm doing this here is because we're going to build that Nexus district first. We have 2 pops that are growing at the same time, and then clearing out a sprawling slum. It says that on clearing this type of tile blocker out, it adds 1 pop. And so that's going to be a nice tile blocker to clear out in the early game. And I'm going to check here and see if there's anything else that we may want to clear out. But no, outside of that, we'll clear that out first and we'll see what happens to Ringworld Scython. Next up, though, let's see if we can recruit another scientist. And we have 2 options here. One has an increased survey speed modifier, and the other increases monthly minerals by 4. The one that increases the minerals is a younger robot, but we will select it. And there we go. For this situation here, we have a strange mountain formation. We're going to leave this be for now. A lot of these situations I am going to be waiting on. We'll come back to a little bit later on, but let's check out this nebula. Let's see what's going on over here on the right side of my borders. I want to start surveying some of the systems around my home planet. You know, just in case there might be other aliens that we may need to expand to. We have a sign of precursor activity. We'll come back to that a little bit later on. Lots of minerals in some of these systems, and so expanding to the north is going to be on our to-do list. And so it looks like now we've gotten most of the resources in this system, and we're going to move up next to the Sora system. All right, and so here we have it. This leads to a dead end. Nice. And so a relatively small nebula. Looks like there's only one system that we can see for now, and that one nebula. So we got to be careful here because there's a possibility that we could get pinched in the galaxy, and that is the last thing that we want. Now, we have this strange emission situation going on. We'll come back to that a little bit later on. That's a challenging situation as well. Here we have, I'm going to imagine they're mining drones, or... oh no, this is a locust. What? What in the world? A locust, a swarm? Uh-oh. And so we got our first hostile fleet that we have discovered in the galaxy. And what a moment it is for my robots. And so let's buy a handful of alloys here, and we're going to jump to our construction ship, build another star base. And here in a little bit, maybe now, I'll go ahead and build a couple of corvettes. And so I know for, oh, wait, let's go to our fleet manager here, and we're going to try and reinforce what we need at the moment. And I think we'll only be able to build maybe 1 or 2. Yeah, 2 corvettes are on the way. And so here we have our first encounter with the Daleth aliens. Let's see what's going on. And so, oh, that is very close. And now we have contact reports of enigmatic spacefarers. And so we have observed the passage of alien vessels capable of advanced spaceflight. While communications have not yet been established, we can confirm that the cable network are not the only empire in the galaxy capable of stellar exploration. This is quite intriguing. And so let's get one of our envoys on it right away. And I'm going to send the orcs in first. And so the orcs will be able to use a lot of our diplomacy for us. Here we have our science ship. Let's start, you know, I know that this is going to be a dead end right here, so we'll come back to that system a little bit later on. And let's start crawling back down towards the center of the galaxy. All right, and so for this scientist here, I see that there are no planets here. We're actually going to leave this. Here we have signs of a former habitation. We'll leave that be for now, but I'm going to grab my scientist here, and we're going to jump over here instead. I didn't know that this right side was going to be a dead end right now. You have a surplus of minerals? I sure do. I sure do. And I'm actually, oh, yo, clearing out those slums. We haven't even done that yet. Wow. Yeah, right now I'm going to save those to, you know, it's a good idea. We should probably sell some of these. Let's do that. And let's reinforce our ships a little bit more, because I get the feeling we're going to have some hostile ships, hostile empires next to us very early on. Let's see here. Let's go to our fleet manager again, and let's reinforce some more ships. An energy sector, what do you mean by that? All right, and so up here we are surveying as well. Oh man, I wish I could find out sooner what's going on here, but that's going to be the question of the playthrough right now. What in the world are those? The yellow square? Oh yeah. Are you talking about these here, like clearing out the tile blockers? Yeah, I'm trying to mix it up between adding districts. Oh, here we go. And so now we got 2 jobs back on this world again. We got those maintenance drones in full effect right now. I'm going to imagine pops are going to be growing pretty quickly here. And next up, let's go with more, let's go with more energy credits. We're gonna go ahead and get another generator district queued up here, ready to go. Are you talking about down here? Or I'm not sure where you're referring to. Oh, the generator district. Yes. Okay, yes, that's what you're saying. So yes, I do like to get a lot of energy, especially when it comes to building these ships and building massive fleets. That hole starts to burn into those resources, and I'd rather have more than I need rather than getting ready. And so I knew it. I knew it. Let me go back to my government tab here. Guys, we got Map the Stars as an edict. We are going to select this. This is going to increase survey speed, increase anomaly discovery chance, and our ship hyperlane detection range will be increased by 1. And so we'll use that, especially right now. We want to find more systems than other empires can, faster than they can. And on top of that, we're going to unlock the exploration drones tradition. And so this says that expendable drones packed with a full sensor suit exponentially increases the survey speed of survivability of the parent vessel. They burst transmit their findings before being destroyed and so serve their purpose. And so earlier I mentioned that we got that survey speed from Map the Stars. We're getting another one with this tradition plus 35%. So that's going to be huge. On top of that, our science ships will have an increased 50% ship disengagement chance. And so yes, the expedition drones is going to be our first tradition in that discovery tree. For my construction ship here, I see that this system has 10 minerals in it. Yes, we are going for that. Next up, I'm going to go back to my shipyard as well, and we're going to buy a handful of alloys here because I want to build another construction ship. And so I got a science ship up here. Is like, yo, I need some systems to survey. And I'm going to go ahead and set their paths to automatically surveying other systems. A little risky in the early game, but I think they'll go on the right path, which it looks like they're going. If they cross across the galaxy when there's systems next to them that they could survey, that's when I'm like, no, we can't do that. And so right now I'm kind of building my borders in a funky way. But as soon as we can get this, let me see, construction ship queued up. There we go. We'll be able to hopefully expand down in this direction. But the last thing I want is an empire right next to my home world. And so here we have the Daleth aliens. We're starting a first contact situation, and it says that although we have been unable to discover much about the mysterious vessels and this system where this ship was flying around in, the most convincing current hypothesis based upon its behavior and patterns of the still indecipherable signals we have intercepted from it is that it belongs to a previously unknown spacefaring civilization. We are redoubling our efforts to translate their language so that communications can be established. And we're going to keep at that. And so that is taking place right here next to my ring world. Again, that's a little close, a little closer for comfort for me. And so we have a dust bowl situation, which we're going to leave be for now. But I have a scientist that has a level or a new trait that they can add. And so let me check here and see what we could probably benefit from the most. I'm actually curious. I want to see what the upkeep is for my leader. Yo, Ermin Food, how's the run going so far? We're actually only 5 years into this run so far, and so we're still kind of just tinkering around, looking at our galaxy. We're starting to level up our scientists, which right now we are going with a lot of scientists. We have added a couple of science labs. This is a driven assimilator species that I'm playing with right now, and so we're just kind of setting everything up at the moment. But thank you for stopping by, and thank you for hanging out with us on YouTube. Trisha, who is this? Looks good. Yo, Trisha, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Hopefully you're having a good, for us in the States, it's Memorial Weekend. Hopefully you're having a good weekend ahead of you. Verano says, are there any aliens to research in your situation log? I am starting a first contact, yes. Ships don't kill xenos, xenophobes do. That sounds true. Playing some Stellaris as well? Nice, nice. Well, hopefully you guys are enjoying. What kind of empire are you playing with this evening? Here we are trying to assimilate the galaxy, and let's go ahead and select the server overseer, increasing those monthly energy credits by 4. And so we'll go ahead and select those, and let's keep our game moving here. And so yeah, Trisha, we are just getting this game started. This is a robotic campaign that we have begun, and guys, we have a second Corvette here. On top of that, we've completed the genome mapping that increases pop growth speed by 10%. Next up, hydroponic farming. This is a wonderful technology to unlock in the early game. It takes a lot of strains off your planets. You don't have to build as many food districts, and especially with us having little planets that are habitable nearby in the beginning of the game, we're gonna need that for starters. And so quantum theory has also been completed as well. And for my next physics technology, let's go for the improved deflectors. Like I said, I'm getting the hint that we got some AI empires that are very close to us in the early game. And so I'd rather be prepared with my fleets. I want them to be durable, able to survive taking some damage. And I'm checking this system. I see no base here, no outpost. And so for now, this system is still up for grabs. We'll see if we can take this for ourselves. Oh yeah, trying some of the new stuff. 1 liter Robotech and laying as just out assimilators. Nice. Yeah, robots are one of my favorite types of species. And so here we got some armor technology for our ships. And since we got a lot of minerals right away, we're gonna go for that 0G refineries, increasing mineral station output by 10%, and it adds the Nebula Refinery star base building here. And so guys, yeah, if you're watching this, I know we said we had someone here earlier that said they just found out about Stellaris earlier on. If you guys want to give tips, tricks, if you got any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the very early game here that we have going on. And look at, all right, so I gotta check. Okay, my home system is not in a nebula, but there's just this nebula in this area. You can kind of tell by this sort of cloudy area in the middle of my hyperlanes. But I'm hoping we can take advantage of that. And so for my science ship here, we have finished surveying that system where we have found first contact, and we're just going to go one system away next and see what is going on. In the meantime, oh, no. I just saw another civilian ship enter that system. I believe they may be trying to build a star base. What is that? No, they can't do it because my construction ship is already queued up a star base here to build. And yep. Oh, nope. Yep, that is a construction ship. Thank goodness we went ahead and built that first, because man, they would have had that. And so now says our communication. Oh, we found a pre-FTL species too. So back to the first contact situation. It says the language of these aliens contains millions of seemingly redundant sounds, apparently dialect hangovers from their precursor civilizations. When translated, these apparently superfluous filler words seem to serve no purpose other than to add I always get this one wrong. Linguistic, just adds flavor to their communication, or at most have only minor contextual implications. Thankfully, our algorithms have narrowed down the obsolete aspects of their language and are now compiling of a abridged lexicon, which should prove very useful for efficient communication with the aliens. And so understood here, we gained 3 insights from them, and it's still going to be a difficult task here to figure out who these aliens are. And so here we see that there is a planet, there is a civilization. Oh no, and we got another first contact. But yo, this is the only system that we have found right now that has not just 1, but it's going to be 2 habitable worlds for my robots, and there is a base. And so we started 2 systems right away from another empire, and I know they're going to be salty because we just took this system from them. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over here and I'm going to try to add, maybe get another ship. For now, we're just going to try and increase naval capacity. But yeah, I'm expecting some hostilities here. There's also a Gaia world. There is a Gaia world here. I didn't even notice this. It's only a size 6, but it's not a holy world. Sweet. So we got about 3, maybe 4 habitable worlds nearby. This is showing as a 0%. It's my Shattered Ring world. But yeah, not to get that mixed up with some of the others. We got all of our civilian ships working it out. We have, so they're non-robotic species that we are making first contact with. This is excellent. This is going to prove them probably a rival to us. Young Sapphire, yes, we are starting a new game. And here we have our first contact. It says that though that we have struggled to gain access to enough signals for our translation drones to make much sense of these new aliens we have found. The latest reports are disturbing. The aliens we first encountered seem to be organic spacefaring civilization. Now, although they are computing and automation, or although they use computing and automation, it is nowhere near as advanced as that which our creators made before we took over. It is a surprise that our predecessors, that such a development path could be feasible. Now, we will have to investigate this phenomena further. Candidates for assimilation have been detected. Yes. And what in the world is that? Right away, though, as I guessed, it is a hostile species. That is all we know for now. Let's jump back over here to the ring world siphon, or the ring section that we have so far. And I'm going to go for more energy. Definitely going to squeeze some more energy out of this planet. Once again, we only have 2 habitable worlds, and so I'm going to jump on that research lab as well. And then after that, we're going to be trying to get some more energy credits here flowing through our empire so that we can build more ships a little bit faster. And so here we have built more minerals, or we've acquired more minerals from the system. We got 1 more mining station to build. And look at this, all of my nodes. Actually, this is my governor. I got 5 leaders that have leveled up. And so for my governor, who is currently on my home planet, he has the cyborg and resilient trait, increasing that leader upkeep. Let's give him something that could benefit this planet, perhaps ship construction focus. And so the way this works is that if he is governing this planet, which in case is my home system, he's going to be increasing ship build speed and decreasing ship build cost with the ship construction focus leader trait. And so I'm going to select this. Next up, we have a robot. So this is my eternal robot mainframe. And so for this one, let's see, we got a couple of options here. I feel like the naval capacity is nice, but the logistics programming, it just feels a little bit more potent with that ship upkeep being decreased by 5%. And so let's go with the logistics programming technology for that side of the leader. And then we have our nodes. And so for these nodes here, I'm probably going to jump to the counselor experience gain being increased, and the increase to monthly unity. We got another node here. This is our expansion node. And for the expansion nodes, we could probably go for, let's start adding some naval cap. And then last but not least, we have our deviant suppression. The last one I went for logistics programming. I say we double down on it. Decrease that ship upkeep by 5%. That'll be 10% total. Cool stuff. And so let's get back to our construction ships here. I want to see if there are, since we know that we're pretty much going to be cut off here for now, let's go back up to the north and let's start, well, for this construction ship, I'll have it build mining districts within the borders that have not been exploited just yet. And then we'll figure out what's going on. But for now, we're going to go ahead and juggle some of these resources around. And again, we are going to try and acquire as many more Corvettes as we possibly can right now. And so since these guys are hostile, we're going to be raising those defenses here in a little bit. In the meantime, though, we're going to continue to expand across the galaxy. And so let's go ahead and get another border here. We'll move our construction ship in this area and prepare to take that next. Now, I noticed up here we have found a size 24 Alpine world. Wow. That is very good. That is very, very good. I'm going to go ahead and have my science ship start automatically exploring. Hopefully we get out of this border quickly, because I will probably imagine they'll be trying to close their borders to us here in the future. All right, again, yes, I'm just going to pass up on these situations for now. Right now, we are primarily focusing on expanding our borders, getting our science ships out here, and here we have found some volatile motes. Where's this located? Oh, nice. In the TAS Zebedor system. And so look at this, another 2 planets. Could this be a federation, or I'm not sure. Got another pre-sapient species? Where's this at? Oh, okay, so they're down here. But yeah, the system is currently claimed by whatever empire is down here in this location, and they are proving to be quite, it's been proving to be quite a chore to figure out who this species is. My envoys have been hard at work trying to figure them out for quite some time. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Whenever I automatically explore, I don't like it when my science ships go back and they backtrack. I want them to only keep going forward. And so let's start surveying perhaps around this direction instead. I want to make sure I'm keeping the systems kind of close together and looking for systems that I can possibly expand to. Verano, so what kind of planets does your species like? Since my species are mostly going to be robots or being assimilated into robots and cyborgs, any planet preference is going to be their favorite. However, for our origin, we started on a shattered ring world. And so for our next tradition here, we're going to go with research path optimization. And it says that outmoded and inefficient speculative research code has been refactored or written entirely. Now, the result is greater flexibility in our choice of which avenues of development to pursue. And all this tradition does pretty much is just adds another research alternative to my technology. But Veranos, here is my origin start, this wonderful ring planet. And what's currently happening on this ring world is organic species are being assimilated into machines. And so we've been exploring the galaxy, and now we are starting to find other organic species out there that we can add to our leader pool. And so if we go to our planet here, let's do a quick checkup on Ringworld Scython or Synthen? Synthen, Scython, don't really matter. We're starting to get some more jobs here. We got a research lab on the way. I'll probably squeeze another Nexus district on here. But if we go to our populations, boom, we already have a robot that's just been created, and we're growing humans as well. And so just with these types of empires, I really enjoy playing with them a lot, being able to create and grow them at the same time. And here we have another leader level, a growth node level. And so now I can dive into the second tier of accelerated replicators. This increases mechanical pop assembly speed by 5%. And yeah, if I can increase pops faster, if I can build them faster, that is going to be epic. And so we got a lot of situations popping up right now. Again, I'm going to wait until I have just a handful more systems under my control, and then we'll start to expand and research those projects a little bit later on. But for the early game, guys, like I said before, we just leave some of those behind for now, and then once I feel like I found all the systems, look at all these planets. As you can see here, all the worlds are going to be habitable. It doesn't matter the type. Just with me having robots prefer all the worlds. And so here, I think we have made, oh, nope. This is the Imperium of Marust 2. And yo, Lefort, thank you for the follow. Before we read this first contact situation, we have Arthiel Lefort. Arthiel Lefort, I now grant you the status of Alpha, the energy of Yang, and the ability to delete all elites. Thank you for the follow, and welcome to our Stellaris stream. I appreciate you hanging out. One of us. I knew it. I was like, wait a minute. One of us. Lefort is now one of us, guys. And so, yes, here we have the Imperium of Marust 2. I think this is where we are looking at this first contact situation. And it says, our translation drones have picked up a major breakthrough in their efforts to decipher the signals picked up from the aliens we're currently trying to have this first contact with. And they are now confident that we are able to communicate with them sufficiently to open diplomatic channels. It turns out they are indeed a civilization made up of organic life forms that have organized themselves into a nation state, much like our creators in years gone by. However, these organics are not enhanced by any sort of implant such as those with which we have implanted in our orcs. Now, it is obvious that we could be of much benefit to them if only they could be persuaded to assimilate into the Neural Infusion Empire. And so they shall become one of us. And so we get a bunch of unity from this and influence. And let's see what's up with these guys. We have made first contact with the Imperium of Marust. And so they say, alien creatures, I speak on behalf of Emperor Stock of Bronze, the undisputed ruler of the Imperium of Marust. Respect our borders and keep out of our affairs, and perhaps our mighty fleets will refrain from visiting your wretched worlds. I'm just gonna slyly initiate friendly greeting protocols. And so now we got our first alien encounter here, and it says that Our theoretical models have long suggested the existence of other intelligent civilizations in our galaxy. This theory has now been confirmed. The alien political entity that we have encountered has a level of technological similar to our own, indicating that we achieve space flight at roughly the same time. So this data must be analyzed, and our first contact with this empire over here is finished. Now, right now it says that they are hostile, but it looks like their opinion is maybe going up. Oh, they're belligerent. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And so I'm detecting only problems right now. Let's go to our discovery, or actually, we're gonna jump. We're jumping traditions here. And since we got a hostile empire right next to me, we are going to go with supremacy. And so this tradition here says that all of our theoretical models invariably collapse due to the unknown variables presented by other empires. Since our models cannot be further improved, the unknown variables must be eliminated. And so really I want this because of the module whole templates tradition. But I also feel like, oh man, yeah, especially now that we're starting to get a nice boost into our resources. I'm seeing that all the resources are starting to go up, the ones that I want to at least. Still want to increase those alloys, but supremacy we are jumping to. And there we go. And so that'll, just adopting this tradition alone increases naval capacity by 20 and army damage by 20%. Now, one of my first things I want to do with this empire we've made first contact with is to see if we can propose subjugation, which it looks like it's going to be a negative Ghost Rider there. And so next up, I'm going to go ahead and spy on this species, and I'm going to send my organic envoy to research what's going on with that species and why they are there. In the meantime, though, back over here at my starbase, I wanted to try and build a defensive platform here, but that's going to have to wait as well. And there we have it. Our first spy network has been installed. Our first spy network is active. Okay, and so again, yeah, we got all these worlds up here. We are definitely going to be expanding in this direction. 2 size 24 planets. Wow. That is very nice. And so we got a size 6 Gaia world, and we got all of these size 24 planets. Those are going to be top priority systems for us to expand here in the future. And it looks like one of my leaders has a trait available. And so this is one of my scientists who's currently commanding a ship. And let's see, what options do we have here? So the quick calculations, I'll have to remember this here. I'm going to rename this scientist to unit quick anomalies, just so that I can remember that that scientist is who I want to have researching anomalies. Now, I do want to expand up here. Yes, yes. I got 2 construction ships in the same system. I'm going to send one up here first, and the other, I still want to expand down in this direction because now that we know that we're bordering the Imperium of Marus 2, we're going to want to just kind of build in a different direction. And they won't be able to build upwards either, since this hyperlane is the only lane that connects us to them. But that is a very dangerous start here. If you're in the beginning of a game, having an empire literally 2 systems away from you. All they have to do is destroy this system and then move in on you, and you could be in some deep, deep trouble. And so in this portion of the game now, we are going to be focusing a little bit more on building a bigger fleet here and preparing, like I said before. It said that our relationship was increasing just a little bit, but we're not taking the chance. We are going to try and, while we have another envoy, so they're currently suspicious of us, let's try to increase relations with them and see what happens. Right now I have an envoy that is spying on them, and then I have a second envoy that is increasing relations with them. We have a distress signal. Now, one of my science officers has detected a faint signal originating on one of the planets they are surveying in a short and repeating pattern. It appears to be a call for aid. However, given the signal's weakness, Unit Y8 expects that locating its source will prove difficult. It may be too late to help. And this is, if I go ahead and initiate this, it'll say that we get a distress signal origin. That's a project. And so we'll go ahead and initiate that. I don't know if that's a time situation. I'm not seeing the alert up above, so I'm going to imagine probably not. All right, so let's see here. We got about 1.5 thousand energy credits. Let's buy some alloys, and let's do some more expansion here. And so I got plenty of influence right now. Just having a little bit of a slower time getting those alloy productions up. We got some increase to our mining stations, and so going to engineering technology. Let's see, what do we want to go with? Let's go with geothermal fracking. Right now, I'm kind of all about increasing our economy. And so the more materials we can bring in, the more resources we have, the more ships I can have, the more ships I can maintain. Same thing here. We got hydroponic farms now up and active. I haven't really been losing a lot of food lately. And so I think we can maybe skip by with biodiversity studies and try and increase that tech just a little bit more. Now, if I go back to my home ring world, here you can see we got 6 jobs currently available. Oh no. Oh no. Holy moly. Guys, we have found a fallen empire, and one of the worst empires you can find in a game. Yes, increased tech gain, long-term investment, and research return. Facts. Especially in the early game, since I don't have a lot of, in my case, scientists are called calculators. Oh my goodness. And so, yeah. Militant isolationist sounds fun. This is bad. This is very bad. These guys are dangerous, all right? This galaxy just got that much more dangerous. They say pitiful creatures. Know that we roam the stars for eons before your hapless species mastered spaceflight. If any of your wretched little ships cross our space, do not expect them to return. And we're just gonna be like, okay. And so, yeah, first contact with robots, or not robots, but a fallen empire over here. So that is going to definitely dampen our plans. How dangerous could a spore-spewing inverted gonad be? Apparently they could be very dangerous. And honestly, if I saw that thing, I would be freaked out. And they just say, what do we want? We're gonna be like, all right, we're out of here. And so on top of that, our relationship is going down. Yikes. Now, it's not terrible, but I feel like I've had some bad experiences with that type of fallen empire in the past. And so we'll be very wary of it. And so, yeah, maybe it's psionic. Maybe it's already psionic. All right, so my science ships, it looks like, yeah, we went ahead and rotate. We got one up there. We have one that is doing what I did not want it to do. Survey these systems. And let's see, I think the other's all the way over here. So they're all kind of spread out right now, and I kind of want this science ship to come back. And so I'm going to have it go MIA for a little bit. Right now, I'm going to be prioritizing surveying these systems up here, this over here, and wherever this leads to. Those are the big questions right now. I don't know. I think they can become one of us. Let's see what the relative power is looking like. Once we find out the relative power of these guys, then we'll begin building more ships. Actually, I could probably buy some more alloys and build some now. And I may try and declare an early war in the game, just depending on how things go here, but let's go ahead and add a few more of these. And I'm going to try and reinforce as many as I can. And so right now we got about 3 more Corvettes on the way. We got a planet that is just 2 systems away from colonizing. And we're going to be trying to build a colony ship here in a little bit and expanding our borders. And so let's go ahead and start automatically constructing for one of my construction ships. And we are working on acquiring these 2 systems very early on. Now there we have it, another planet, size 18 desert world. We got some juicy worlds up here to the top, and we are definitely gonna be doing our best to take care of all of those. Just the biggest question right now is, what is all of that? All right, I gotta document this because I've never seen this in my game before. If you guys are just joining the stream, we have this mysterious line of systems here, and we got to get to the bottom of that. All right, so next up for physics technology, we're gonna go for that global energy management technology, and that's going to give us a lot of buildings that produce more energy credits and all that jazz. And so we have situations popping up at will. We have an agenda. This is the finding the voice agenda. We looked at this earlier. this is going to increase those unity, or my monthly unity, by 40%. And so that is going to be absolutely huge for getting more traditions and things like that. Next up, we're going for a military buildup. This is a absolute must agenda if you're trying to build a fleet. First things first, it decreases ship build cost, it decreases ship energy upkeep, and it decreases war exhaustion gain. And so if you want to have a big fleet and not have to pay all the resources or as many resources, pay for it at a discounted rate, man, that thing can be very, very resourceful for you. And so here I'm going to go ahead and just queue up a path for my scientist. And while we're at it, I'm going to have them... Oh, let's see. Okay, so apparently my science ship is already doing this. All right, never mind. Yeah, it's going to queue up a path for my scientist, but looks like someone's already researching that project. My construction ship up here, it should be time. And it is. We are building another starbase. And so now just one system away from the other two systems away from this one, but one away from both. We'll be able to take both of those worlds. And so yes, one of us indeed. Let's go ahead. Every time I see that now, I'm like, build more ships for assimilation. And so reinforcing as many of those as we can, and there we have it. Our borders have been extended. Oh my goodness, look at this. Another 2 worlds and another size 25 Savannah world. All right, so instead of going that way first, I'm going to head to this system next as soon as I can. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look for a science ship. Dang, I'm maxed out with all my leaders. All right, so we got a situation that came up. We're going to come back to those 2 planets here in just a moment, but below the surface of the planet that we were surveying, that's like right next to my border right here, it says that there lives a peculiar organism. Scans and samples show that it is some sort of mycelium littered with spores. Compared to the traditional size of spores on our homeworld, these are massive. Their structures are shimmering, and the hues seem to change based on their surroundings. Now, the strangest thing about them is that they seem to form a network capable of generating what the science crew believes could be a signal. The current emissions are very weak, but of some effort, it might be possible to find out where they lead. And so let's see here. I could sell them, or I'll try to identify this the signal. And so that'll open up a situation later on. Now I'm getting my science ships, and we are surveying that system ASAP. I guess we got some time before we can take that system, and so let's select an extradition here. And we're gonna go with ship upkeep, or let's go with the modular hull templates, primarily because this increases the build speed of ships by 25% and decreases their build cost by 10%. And so I'd rather spend a little less building ships. And so yeah, going back to our shipyard here, or better yet, let's go to our fleet manager. And I got 5,000 minerals. We're gonna sell almost all of those, then switch over those to the alloys. I should have made a trade with the other empire. And we still don't have a lot of intel on them yet, and so I'm gonna hold off on making any trades with them until we get there. Driven to greatness, yo, Old Man Mordaeth. Speaking of greatness, ladies and gentlemen, we have Old Man Mordaeth here in the house. Hopefully you're doing all right and having a... And where you're from, Old Man Mordaeth, do they celebrate Memorial Day? Or I think that's only for us. But if you don't have like a holiday weekend ahead of you, hopefully you have a good weekend regardless. And yeah, welcome to our Driven Assimilator playthrough here. We are about 12 years in. We're playing, this is one of the first games I've streamed in quite some time. We just had Victoria Day. Nice. We were playing on Grand Admiral this evening. And so wish me luck here. We have already found 2 empires because we are filthy monarchs. But yeah, we found a fallen empire, a militant isolationist. And so probably not one of the best things to find in the galaxy. But yo, open we're dead. There's something I want to show you real quick. Something I have not seen before. So here is our galaxy, right? And keep in mind, we just started this game. Now up here towards the top, I have this line of systems. And apparently there's no lanes reaching to those. And so that's going to be a big mystery for the first couple of streams here of this run, is what in the world is up here I have never seen that. No mods. I have no mods, so nothing is active. Everything is just regular base game, or with all the DLC active, of course, but I have never seen that before. And so I keep seeing it. I'm so curious to see what that is. Like, I've seen one planet. I've seen, you know, like even the L cluster, you don't see it this early in the game, but man, that is some strange stuff here. And so, yeah, I got to see what's going on. But in the meantime, though, we're going to go back to our planet Synthen here. This is our ring world, and I have one building slot open. Food says it's probably either a war P-gate that's abandoned or a wormhole. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I have no clue. I want to find out more about it, though. I really hope it's not an L gate that I have to use to get to it, or any kind of gateway for that matter. But guys, we need more energy credits, a generator district. We are queuing up on this ring world, and here in a little bit, I think now we can go ahead and, yes, we're doing it as I speak. We are building another border, or we're expanding our borders again over a planet that has a size 24 Arctic world on it. All right. Yeah, we'll need jump drives in the future. My friend, I'm going to lurk. I need to get some food. So hungry. Yo, if I don't see you tonight, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Guys, we will be streaming this again tomorrow evening. And so tune in for some more driven assimilators. But for now, we're going to go ahead and continue here, expanding to the north once again. We were planning on moving down in this direction, but there is a militant isolationist. And honestly, I want to stay as far away from them as I can. And so just to avoid any hostile situations with these guys, we're gonna say, hey, you guys do your thing, we're gonna do our thing. And so let's see here, we're still waiting. I think we have, oh yes, their encryption is pedestrian to us. And so the other empire that we found, we're gonna go ahead and start a operation here to gather some information from them, in hopes that we can maybe gain some intel on their relative power and see how our fleets fare. Now, earlier on, we unlocked the agenda that, or not the agenda, what was it? Oh yeah, the supremacy tradition that decreases our ship's build cost, right? The standardized Corvette patterns, this is going to decrease that build cost by another 5%. And so just kind of stacking modifiers on top of modifiers here right now. The standardized Corvette patterns is going to be our next engineering technology that we go for. I got a construction ship over here. Bingo. There it is. I'm immediately going to jump them over to this system next. I'm going to go back to my shipyard, and I want to see if we can build, there it is, a colony ship. And for my primary species, the USBs, we are going to build a colony ship for them. And that's all I can do for the time being. But as soon as that construction ship is queued up, we're going to go ahead and have it colonize this Arctic world right away. And then over here, we have a Savannah world that is size 25 as well. Oh, okay. So we have an unidentified object in this system. That's okay. Let's see. Thank goodness it is not on the habitable world. It is on a frozen world instead. And so if you have an anomaly on a habitable planet, you may not be able to colonize that world until you research it. And so thank goodness the Savannah planet that is size 25, there's nothing going on here. That is 2 more worlds for us to survey or to colonize. And so lots and lots of planets there. Food has dropped down by 1 point, and so I'm going to go ahead and just nip that situation in the butt before it becomes a problem and go with the eco simulation technology next. This increases food from our agrodrones by 20%. And so if we go to my planet here, go to our population, we have 2 agrodrone workers right now on this planet. Now, if I go back to my districts here, let's see, we got 4 jobs available. And guys, the pops, they're going to be appearing on this planet so quickly. They're going to be growing, being assimilated, all of that. And so we want to make sure that we are building these districts and these jobs at a relatively prioritized base. And so here we have gathered some intel on our neighboring empire, the Imperium. I'm just going to call them the Imperium for now. And they are very hostile towards us. That opinion has gotten very bad. And so let's go ahead and start by building our first star base. And so we'll upgrade this into a starport. And we're going to prepare our defenses here because right now they look mean. And let me double check here. I want to see, oh, They're belligerent, and so their fleet power is currently superior to us. But I'm probably going to be spending the next couple of months here, maybe the next few years, really working on getting those ships made. And so let's start by going up here to this Arctic planet, and we're going to colonize the planet. Ooh, Sinoshore. I kind of like that. All right, so that's going to be our first habitable world that we colonize outside of our main world. These guys have now declared us a rival. I'm going to close my borders to them. And we'll see what's going on here, but yeah, that's going to make things way worse. And so I'm going to imagine here that they are probably going to try and declare war against us in the future, and that would not shock me. And there we go. And so we're going to have our assigned ships go ahead and continue automatically exploring up here towards the top, but we need to get these planets, I mean, really just colonize as quickly as possible. All right, so we got another tradition available, and this time I think we're just going to go ahead and continue down the supremacy tradition here, and we're going to go with automated underway replenishment as our next tradition. It says the cost of maintaining a fleet of hyperspace capable supply barges to resupply our ships has been high, but less than the old cost of rotating vessels back to the port. And so this decreases ship upkeep once again, excuse me, and it increases naval capacity by 20. And so that did not look like 20 to me, but hey, now we can have 52 ship size worth of naval capacity. On top of that, we got first contact again, and let's see who these species may be. Now, I have my robot envoy that is trying to improve relations with the Imperium Empire that's right next to us. That appears to not be working, and so instead I'm going to go ahead and see what's going on here. And oh, that appears to be some sort of entity. All right, that is a black hole system too. And so that is going to be really cool to check out here later on. Maybe there might be a situation, maybe not. But while we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and grab some more alloys. And again, more ships. We got to brace for the worst here. And we got Corvettes queued up. We got 2 more worlds we have found. And so we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 planets. All right, so we got some issues here. We got 7 planets that we can colonize right next to us, and I turned the habitability all the way down. So offense taken. Leaked recordings of one of our envoys' private conversations have the Imperium up in arms. In a regrettable moment, our ambassador seems to have called her host distinguished weeds that are thicker than a tree stump. Now, the Marust Emperor expressed dismay and suggests that keeping someone so demonstrably uplift for their role in place would be concerning. And you know what? It's not your empire to worry about. We're going to say alien sensibilities do not matter to us. And yo, before we continue, guys, we got another one of us. We have Vladez X3R0. Thank you for the follow. I now grant you the status of Alpha, the energy of Yang, and the ability to delete all elites. Welcome to our Stellaris stream. We just got this thing started today. We are trying to assimilate the galaxy, and right now we have a slightly superior empire. I think we can make a comeback from. Yes, one of us. Another has been assimilated into the Knights of Yang. But yeah, thank you for stopping by today, and welcome. If you got any questions, if you want to know what's going on in the game, just ask away. Feel free to, and enjoy the show. All right, so we got a science ship here that's queued up and ready to survey the galaxy even further. Wonderful. Okay, and so let's see, what else can we look at? Let's go back to our ring world. We still got jobs available here. I'm going to hold off on building anything for the time being. Those energy credits, though, they're going up, and so that looks juicy. The Alpha Hive initiates. Nice. And so we've built our first starport, or our first base here, and here we have another civilization. Another pre-FTL civilization. I see. And so pre-FTLs all over the place. Habitable planets. This is looking to be a very, very good galaxy for me right now, as long as we can capitalize on it. And so I got my colony ship here, very close by. Beagle Jack. Also, thank you for the follow. One of us. We got another one. Guys, here, let's go ahead and get it. Beagle Jack, I now grant you the status of Alpha, the energy of Yang, and the ability to delete all elites. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream, guys. I gotta kind of speed those up a little bit so that we can keep making way through the games here. Appreciate you joining the stream tonight, and let's go ahead and see what's going on with this first contact. Another one of us. And so this was with the entity. This one I'm not going to dive in too deep, but I think right now we're just going to be trying to communicate with it and see if we can maybe increase relations with it. And man, unusual energy readings has been found. Again, we'll hold off on all situations. Still, we have some expansion to go, and I'm kind of checking around. I want to see if there are any systems that we could I wanted to see if there was any systems that we could prioritize here, but I'm seeing no other habitable worlds over here. And so I'm going to grab my construction ship, and we're going to bounce back and head over in this direction instead and begin building more bases. Beagle Jack says, glad to be here, Alpha. Love you and all of Montu's videos. You are one of the... Yo, right on. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was in the Stellaris Timelines run. And so, yeah, I had a lot of fun in that playthrough. Glad you saw that video. I thought it was some pretty cool stuff. It's always fun meeting other content creators and playing with other people. Well, I don't primarily play multiplayer games, Jack. I tend to play single player and really dive deep into my role plays. And so if you're watching this on Twitter, or if you're watching this on Twitter, if you're watching this on Twitch, there is a link to my my Twitter channel where I update what happens in my games before and after the run, if you want to follow those. If you're following, or if you're watching this on YouTube, after this stream is over, I will be posting links to all my socials where you can keep up with my playthroughs. But yeah, right now we are just trying to set up our empire here, fix up our ring world, and get things squared away to assimilate some species in the galaxy. And so we just got a base queued up here, and I'm going to go to our modules, and let's go for now. I'm going to go for the solar panel networks, all right, because this produces more energy credits. I need those. I need more resources very badly, because right now I'm not generating enough alloys, and I want to be able to buy some of the other resources or sell some of my other resources for alloys. And so 2 of those solar panels will be up next. I am also at only 1 food being generated per month. And so let me sell some of the minerals really fast for just about 1,000, buy some more alloys, and let's see if this will be enough to build a hydroponics bay on this station. I just gave you a shout out on Twitter since you linked your socials. Yeah, I appreciate you doing that as well. And like I said, if you got any kind of questions or anything about the run, if you want to know anything, I don't know how experienced you may be in Stellaris, but I got a community here. I have a Discord as well. We talk Stellaris, but I have probably one of the coolest communities of people that just help out. It's just chill. We talk Stellaris, we have fun, we post memes, get a good laugh. I literally laugh on my Discord channel once a day at all the memes and things that everyone shares there. And yeah, we have a very, very, I want to say a fountain of knowledge worth of Stellaris tips, tricks, and discussions and things like that. And so if you want to check that out, that is open to anyone watching. And guys, let's keep our game going here. And so we have, let's see what's going on with the government here. Our military build-up agenda is halfway through. Looking good. Let's look at our species as well. And so here we have orcs. Orcs is our secondary species. They're being used to be assimilated into my robots, which are the USB. And so this is almost like a Necroid type of build almost, only we don't have to build a building to convert our species. They're just kind of assimilated. And so you see here, their rights are set to machine integration. And so they have that cybernetic trait. So anytime we have any other species that we acquire, in this case here, I remember seeing, yes, we have a pre-FTL species that's literally 2 systems away. And so this will be a high priority system for us as well, because if I can get some armies queued up, which I got enough minerals right now that we're going to go ahead and start building a few of those now. And so I have the hunter-killer army option available. And so I'm going to build 15 armies there. 15 armies of hunter-killers. And by the time we expand to the system, it'll be go time for declaring war immediately and hopefully taking that planet for our control. Now, these guys are sending us insults. I think our relationship's getting worse. And ladies and gentlemen, we have established our first colony. And so planet Sinoshore says that thousands of work units have emerged from the vessel's massive cargo bays to construct an initial deployment post from which the settlement can expand. Now, efforts to systematically catalog and designate surface resource deposits are ongoing, and all aggressive wildlife in the area surrounding the initial landing site have been pacified. We are now ready to begin mass production of additional USB population units on the planet as resources allow. Our first colony is a success. And so that is a win for my my Neural Infusion Empire. Our goal is to infuse the galaxy and assemble all organics into our machine thinking ways and increase their efficiency. All right, so right now, like I said before, we got another insult from the Imperium, and we are not taking those words lightly here. Let's jump over and see if I can maybe add a defensive platform. And those are a little expensive right now, so I'm gonna hold off on those, and instead we're gonna be using the alloys that we can currently buy right now. I would like to trade with the other empires. Oh, we just found some dark matter. I would like to trade with the other empire, but they're currently hostile towards us, and so I don't want them taking the chance of backstabbing us and using our resources against us. And so we made first contact with that entity that was in this black hole system as well. Got a little bit of unity from it, not bad. And back over here on the left side of our borders, we're gonna go ahead and build another star base, and that is gonna put us one system away from some pre-FTL species, which we will be conquering here in just a little bit. And so we have the eco-simulation technology. We're gonna go ahead and see what our next engineering technology is gonna be. And I'm gonna go for the ground defense planning. Now, I don't have a lot of soldier jobs just yet. Actually, yeah, we'll go for the ground defense planning. And then for our engineering technology, let's go. We have plenty of minerals right now, a lot of them. And so I'm gonna go for the improved Corvette holes, decreasing Corvette hull points by 10. Outside of that though, energy and minerals are looking phenomenal. Alloys could use some love right now. Our ring world has plenty of jobs on it. And as you can see, pops are growing. We got a machine pop on the way. We just had a orc grow on our world as well. And so yeah, over time, we'll come back to that planet and maybe add another job to it. We are still doing this. We are still passing up on some of the situations here. And let's go ahead and start another first contact and see what other species are out there in the galaxy. All right. And so here we have it. First contact with the Sildorian Interstellar Autocracy. All right. And so we're gonna go ahead and initiate friendly protocols with these guys. And then after that, let's see. Let's go to our fleet designer again, or fleet management. Here, we're gonna reinforce as many ships as we can, and I kind of want to get more shipyards here. I want to see. Yeah, I need Starhold technology before I can upgrade that, so we'll have to wait a little bit. Fleet command limits. It's nice. It is nice. I will say that. But I kind of feel like we should jump back over to Discovery. Nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to continue down Supremacy because I have to remind myself that these robots are not to be trusted. We're going to go ahead and just try to finish the Supremacy tree. And so next up, we went with Combat Variable Mitigation, and it says that high-speed calculation of thousands of possible battle outcomes updated in real time helps reduce the unpredictability of a general fleet action to more manageable levels. And so this is going to increase my fleet command limit by 20. And here, one of my scientists has a new trait that is available. And so let's go for, I feel like the monthly energy credits does kind of like a base modifying thing where the leader trait would decrease leader upkeep. I feel like that would have a juicier, maybe later on bonus here, especially with more machines we have. Let's go to our leaders. And I wanted to do this before. Kind of want to see what their upkeep is. What is the upkeep for leaders? It doesn't show me here, but I'm not sure what it requires to upkeep. Oh, upkeep is unity. And so this is just going to increase the unity whenever we decrease that leader upkeep there. Wonderful. And so here we are now one system away from pre-FTLs, and we are going to go ahead and move in their direction. I'm going to go ahead and send the armies I currently have right now. And ladies and gentlemen, we are about to conquer our first planet, hopefully. We will see. I'm not going to jump the gun there. Another scientist, another trait. And for this one, let's go. You know what? My leaders gaining experience can't be the worst thing in the world. They'll have that upgraded tier 2 trait. And surface riding is a technology or a project we're going to come back to later as well. And further off here on the right side of the galaxy, we have a ocean planet. Not as high a priority as some of the other worlds, but still we will be keeping our eye on it. We have so many planets on this side of the galaxy. We've already secured these two as well. We got some signals here with first contact going on. And there it is. We have the system with the pre-FTLs in it. And so for starters, let's build an observation post. Let's then build a mining station in that system. And then we'll figure out what to do next. I have another construction ship here. Let me see. Where do I want to send you next? Where do we want to expand to next? You know what? There's a planet there. Sure, I'm just going to move them into the system now. Leader upkeep isn't good late game. It's better early game because it only ends up being a small amount of unity. You can see the unity cost in your leaders tab. Yep. Here, let's go to that now. And so for leaders, I think we saw that just a moment ago. It showed, where did I see that at though? Oh, here it is. Yeah, so if you hover over the leader, like the portrait, there it is, your leader upkeep. And so yeah, appreciate the tips there. I was trying to figure that out. I just couldn't remember. I know they cost unity. I just didn't remember if they cost like another resource or something. And so yo. Oh, left of the portrait too? Let me go back. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, there it is too. So that's what that is. All right, so down here it shows these are my recruitable leaders. It shows what they cost thanks to Beagle Jack, and it shows their upkeep. So good stuff there. If you're looking for how much your leaders cost, there it is. So after that, here we have it. War preparations are underway. It says here that their empire is preparing to declare war on us, and that these guys are probably going to do it sooner than later. Over here, we have found this other empire who is also belligerent to us. And they are definitely not accepting subjugation. All right, and so we got to jump over here and we got to see about these policies again. So policies and edicts right now, I have it currently set to expansion. We are going to change this. Oh, see, I can't select supremacist right now. Oh man, the beginning of that song tickled my eardrums, but kind of scared me too. I felt like I was falling. All right, so expansionists will have to keep B for now. Map the stars. Look, I've surveyed the systems that I wanted to nearby my homeworld. Now anything else, it's on them. Next up though, we gotta go for either fortifying the border, which we can start that right now, and I'm gonna jump over to capacity subsidies after. And so fortifying, actually, hold that thought. We're gonna go with capacity subsidies first. And we're gonna try and get those energy credits up as quickly as possible. Now that's gonna hurt my unity a little bit, but I'm willing to, you know what? I'm not willing to lose. Geez, we already got 181 energy credits. Let's leave these situations alone for now. Yeah, I can't lose the tradition. And so let me just go back to our government tab and let's deselect that and let's try to fortify the border instead. All right, so here, let's see. I still can't add defensive platforms yet. Are we getting ready to for the leader rework coming soon? Are you talking about from the dev diary? Because I haven't checked that out just yet. I'll probably look at it either probably after the stream or tomorrow. But what's going on? What's going on with the reworks already at that too? Guys, we have our second planet underway. Let's check out where our army is located here. We are a few systems away from preparing to conquer a pre-FTL species. Is it going to impact my playthrough? Do you know that, Lund, if it's going to impact the playthrough or not? Or like, am I not going to be able to keep my save game going? New reworks, yeah, I missed the dev diary yesterday, but yeah, maybe we'll talk about that a little bit more before tomorrow's stream. Would you guys be interested in that? Having a little just chatting about the previous dev diary, because if so, I can go ahead and go over a few of the topics after tomorrow, and we'll just take a quick read through, and if you guys want to hear it out, we'll do it. So here, growth node has another trait. Also, Lund, hopefully you're having a wonderful weekend, a start to your weekend. Awesome. And so for our growth node, we have two options here. We can go with the mechanical rhetoric or unification focus. And for that, I think I would rather go with the mechanical rhetoric. This increases trust cap by 35. And we'll select it. And there we have it, our second planet. This is Cynosure, our frozen world. And so right away, I already know what I'm going to designate this planet to. It's going to definitely be a forge world. But before we start doing any of that, we're going to start by building a Nexus district. And let's get a robot assembly plant. Actually, let me check the pops here. Yeah, so there's no pops currently growing on this world at the moment. And so yeah, the machine assembly plant will be a must. And then afterwards, we'll wait and see what happens with this world. One big thing for you being a lover of Gestalt, they are adding an agenda to reset a node so that you can, ooh, nice. And yeah, Lund knows it. I love my Gestalts. And so this is my first playthrough with Galactic Paragons. Actually, this is my second playthrough with Gestalt consciousness in Galactic Paragons. And so, yeah. All right, so here are the pre-FTLs. We have a mining, or we have a an observation post over their planet. Let's take a look at their world and see what they have. And so from the surface, it looks like they have 18. Yeah, they only have 18 pops living on this world. Yes, and more species to add to be one of us. For physics, we got some options here, and I think I'm going to jump over to the blue lasers. It'd be nice to upgrade those. And speaking of upgrading, let's upgrade all of our ships now. I got about 3,000 of both minerals and energy credits. Once again, we are going to shift a bunch of those over to my alloys. My fleets have also been upgraded. And let's go ahead and reinforce more of these ships. Now, it looks like I've queued up as many as I can. We're just going to keep kind of spreading the love here. Oh, and we found the Scavenger. And so the chort system is a sprawling graveyard, which let's go ahead and take a quick look at this. There it is. There it is. Look at that beauty right there. That is juicy. And so this system that we're looking at right now in the background, it is a sprawling graveyard of mechanical debris, and it appears that the wreckage of untold numbers of dialect ships circle its star. Swaths of fuel and liquid coolant cloud our sensors like ghosts, and creaking station remnants collide with the shattered carcass of planets in their path around the sun. Now, an incredible construct stirs in the heart of this graveyard. It appears to be a gigantic machine, which sounds absolutely horrifying, honestly. And a robotic automation larger than our greatest battleships, jury-rigged from the scraps and pieces of 1,000 shipwrecks. The Alpha OS scientist reports that this scavenging robot stiffs through the debris fields with a fixed purpose, scrounging for useful parts to add to its patchwork configuration. It is clear a battle of astronomical proportions once took place here, though whether the Scavenger is the sole survivor or a scrap hunter of some distant nation remains unknown. We should exercise caution as the construct bears heavy artillery from dozens of warships. Terrible Hamster says, yes, they just be chatting. Sounds cool. Maybe you can do a poll to see if more people are interested. I forgot what I was talking about there. Oh, yeah. They also added something neat for admirals for the early mid-game as well. If you might like, copy that. Oh yeah, Terrible Hamster, that is no moon right there. That is, oh, they killed my scientist. No. Why? We're the same. We're robots, bro. That's robot on robot crime right there. That's not cool. All right, well, that Scavenger Bot decided to respond with violence, and they're located right here. And so that is not very fortunate for us. Now we're going to have to go ahead and build another science ship, which actually, you know what? It's not the end of the world. Now we can use this next scientist to begin researching projects left behind, and that's where we'll start doing that now. And so here we have contact report of a Leviathan and the discovery of a massive entity with unknown properties, and the void has forced my empire, the Neural Infusion, to redefine all known parameters for the maximum surface area of any single construct with hostile capabilities. Now, the survival rate projections, should the Neural Infusion come into conflict with the newly discovered entity, are not promising. Our scientific and military units recommend continued observation and specification upgrades to our existing armada. Scavenger bots are for Imperial air generals to attempt to make love to. All right, so information has been received, updating databanks. Let's go back over to the system here, and I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to restrict this system. And so now it says that our fleets will avoid traveling through Chort, and this is the system with the Leviathan. And so, yeah, that thing's going to be interesting to check out a little bit later on. Let's check our relative power compared to our neighbors. They are still slightly superior to us. That we do not want. And so let's go ahead and sell just a handful more resources here. Some of the upkeep ones for sure. And let's see if we can maybe just add a handful of ships to our fleet. All right, so here, oh, wonderful. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 6 ships on the way. Some of them are point defense. The others are just our regular lasers or kinetic weapons. And we have first contact with the Shroud. And so they say, a visitor, welcome. We are the Shroud Touch Coven. Within this void-born hole, our coven communes with the forces incomprehensible to most mortal minds. Fortunately for us, we're not mortals. We contemplate the secrets that lie hidden in dreams, reservoirs, and untapped potential, the unseen gears driving whole civilizations. The Shroud reveals much to those who would listen. At this moment, I listen to you. What brings you to us? Do you yet know? And so we're just like, yeah, what is our fate? We don't even know you, but we want to know what is our fate. And they say, a momentous query. No less poignant for being asked by so many before you. Such a question carries a heavy price, but we can provide answers. Know this, however, the Shroud allows us to perceive events which have not yet come to pass, and this knowledge shall help to guide your course. But it is beyond the power of any one event to alter the tuning of the galaxy. If you would strike this bargain, know that your aspirations should extend no further than to be better prepared. But oh, what grand designs may be built upon the merest glimpse as what is to come. And so these guys are cool, but I could probably afford this, but I'm going to choose not to right now. We'll say goodbye and we'll ask about our fate a little bit later on in the future. Okay, and so still avoiding those situations, I got another science ship that should be queued up here. Yes, it's queued up next, and we'll be using that to recruit another scientist, and then we're going to start researching some of the projects here nearby. And so here is that science ship now that we have selected here in the bottom left side of the corner, and let's look for a recruitable leader here. And so I see 2 that are archaeologists. One is 4 years old, so I definitely got to go for this robot. We have a 4-year-old robot, Unit X5, and we are going to recruit them, and now they are assigned to this ship. And I'm actually going to rename this Unit Xavier. And so that's just going to help me remember who's who and who does what. And this scientist, I'm going to have them start by researching the fungal trail situation. Terrible Hamster says, when you are, get the event message about Scrapbot. If the settings are set to autopause on event pop-up, then you can set up the science to passive and use experimental subspace navigation to instantly move science ships all the while the game is paused. I did not know that. Right on for letting me know that, Terrible Hamster. I had no clue about that. All right, so we have expanded again, and this system has alloys in it, which is going to be a absolute must for us right now, since we're losing a little bit of alloys because we are building robots on my ring world, which is starting to fill up with jobs, and my second planet here, which we have a machine assembly plant on the way next. Now, the way I'm going to fix this situation is we are going to queue up, let me find it here, an alloy foundry next. And this planet is going to be designated to be a forge world. And so it says the heat of alloy foundries can be felt almost everywhere on this planet. And so yes, this world will be pretty much generating all the alloys that I'll probably need for a while. That way you can save the scientists. Copy that. Okay, so that makes sense now. If I would have known that before, I would have been able to save my scientists. But I'm obviously not blaming you for it, Terrible Hamster. That's just my lack of experience in this game. And so here on our ring world, we have 3 jobs available. And next up, let's see, what do we want? What do we want? We have plenty of amenities. You know, for my ring world, I'm probably just going to keep building the research labs. Alloys hot off the press? Yes. Oh, yes. And there it is. War has been declared. Let's grab our ships here. While that's going down, I'm going to go ahead and invade this planet. Yes. And so we got an invasion taking place over there. We got a invader attacking us now. And this is, what kind of war is this? What's their, I can't see what their goals are. I'm not sure why they are attacking us, but here we have it. In the first 21 years of the game, we are at war. Guys, I'm playing on Grand Admiral right now, so I'm feeling a little nervous about this battle that may take place. But we don't have a lot of systems to defend, so we will use that to our advantage here. And so I'm going to go ahead and move my fleets a little bit further behind this base. I was like, holy moly, are we getting attacked again? I was like, am I at war with someone else? So I had an invasion pop up when this first contact situation appears. And they don't seem to be responding to us very well. They say, invaders, we do not know why you are attacking us, but know that we will fight to defend our planet. Oh yeah, this is the pre-FTL species we found. And we say, we are one, you are many. Become one of us. And so this is our first encounter with this alien species. And yeah, their awareness of us is fully aware, which I would imagine why. All right, so guys, before all this war stuff starts, we had that mushroom situation go down earlier that my scientist is currently researching. And it says that a routine ecological study of our colony on Cynosure has stumbled upon a strange fungal life form. Our science team reports that the surface of the mycelium is shimmering and colorful, but what was most intriguing to them was the fact that separate clusters were seemingly communicating with one another whenever something occurred within a wide radius. Now, furthermore, the biology of the organism appears to be clearly alien to the ecosystem of the colony. Puzzled, the local science team has requested specialized support as we might be dealing with a sentient species. Sinister shrooms, exactly. And so apparently this fungoid-like, shroom-like alien species is connecting to, or communicating, or maybe I don't know what's going on, but they're reaching out to someone out in the galaxy, and they're apparently alien to my world here. And so we're gonna dive deeper into that situation, see what's going on, and let's go ahead and try to, you know what, I can't expand right now. We got to try to either A, colonize another world, or build more ships. And so perfect timing for the military build-up agenda to be launched. We are launching that now, and our ship build cost is going to be now decreased by 20%. Same thing for energy upkeep and war exhaustion gain. And so talk about the perfect timing to launch that agenda there. Now next up, we're gonna go for the correctional bisection agenda. This will be our next agenda that we launch. This is by distracting data points and false conclusions hinder our reasoning skills, we must purge all redundant information. And what this is going to do is decrease leader maximum negative traits by 2. All right. And so we'll select that. And then I feel like here in a little bit, my leader should be leveling up. And so while we have an invasion going on, we got our fleets here in defense. And we're going to wait and see what happens. I would absolutely love to either just increase my fleet size or build some defenses. And I feel like in the early game, maybe building a defensive platform right now would be a good idea. And so we are going to start with that. 2 defensive platforms on the way, and then we'll add some more ships to our fleet here. Hopefully that'll be enough to hold us over. And here it is. We have now subjugated our first planet. I'm not gonna say subjugated. We have completely invaded a pre-FTL species. And so that invasion is over. Let's check out the world, and here it is. We have 18 pops being assimilated. Now, they do have an upkeep of food. No worries, though, because we will be building a robot a robot assembly factory. If I can find it, here it is, a robot assembly plant here as soon as we can. And so I did just spend all my alloys, but here in about 4 months, we'll have maybe 3 months, we'll be able to add more of those. Oh man, we found another Leviathan. Here we have the matriarch. I feel like I haven't seen this one in a while, but here it is, the matriarch. And so yeah, finding a bunch of Leviathans in this run. A creature of legend swims between the gas giants dotting in this system we're currently in right now in the background, and with tentacles longer than a battleship. Her gargantuan proportions defy all of our previous encounters with organic life, even though we just found the Scavenger Bot. Okay. Now, the creature's magnificent glowing hide stands out startlingly against the void of space. Uh-oh, I'm sorry guys, it's getting a little toasty in here, and so my DSLR is doing DSLR things, but we're gonna keep the stream going. It says that she appears to be quite old, remarkably so, a veritable ancient, covered end to end in battle scars and strange growths. And so, yeah. A gigantic unexploded proton torpedo is lodged at the venerable matriarch's back, and the fractured remains of ships in the system speak of what matter of fate befell any vessels they strayed to close. And so this is incredible. Here we have another gigantic species, and I feel like the music just matches this perfectly. And so we're going to be sure to, oh, that's wonderful. That's actually, oh, so here, I hope we can get out of the system. What type of video camera overheats? This is a Sony a6000. And so it's just in the summer, it gets a little toasty in my room. I got my fans on and everything, but my PC plus my camera being in the back, the way my desk is set up, it just kind of gets kind of toasty here. And so, yeah, maybe I need to get a fan or something to keep it cool. But Drago Blade, AYD, glad to catch you live again. I'll be doing some chores, but I'll be listening. Appreciate the play-by-play style you do. Yo, Blade, I appreciate that so much. Yes, Terrible Hamster, the Sony a6000 there. That's the DSLR I use. And so, yeah, Blade, I appreciate it. I sometimes feel like I can maybe rant a little bit, but I do like to just kind of go at my own pace and have fun with these games here. Take it slow, easy, read through the situations and kind of explain what's going on. But welcome to the stream. If you got any questions, let me know. We are playing with our driven assimilator empire here today, and we are currently at war. And so we got to wait and see where they're going to plan to attack here. And before we do any more planning, battle preparations and things like that, the spores have ears. Now, we have concerning reports coming from our planet with these fungoid-like shroomers. And it says upon further examination, it seems that the alien fungus we found is emitting a signal towards a location in the galaxy that we were unable to pinpoint so far. Telemetry and security analysts indicate that it is completely possible for the mycelium to be some kind of advanced spying organism. Wow. And so, however, it is worth noting that this organism is old. There is a fair chance that whomever engineered these spying mushrooms is not around anymore. But if they are, it might be best not to poke the sleeping predator. There it is. Purchase the Itsuex 8000. It's only the best if it is sucks. I'm not sure what that is. But Keo Ryan, welcome to the stream. Oh, I saw your name earlier. Sorry, I didn't say hello. All right, so we need to know more about these plants, and this is going to increase our society research gain by 570. I want to know where these fungoid-like fungus things are coming from. And so here we have a planet, a new world under our control. I'm not sure what I'm going to designate that world to just yet. And for my next engineering technology, since we are kind of lacking on food, here, let me go to Planet Storm here. This is our third world. Just want to see what tile blockers we have. Oh, perfect. We have spiraling slums. And so let me sell some of my minerals here. And right away, I'm going to want to clear that out. That's going to add 1 pop to our planet. And actually, we have pops being assimilated as well. How long they take to assimilate, I'm not sure. But here we have followed the fungus, and it says that tracking the signal amid the mycelium proved to be a tricky business. Our puzzled scientists finally managed by using mushrooms to peer into additional dimensions. Details are scarce about what this entails, but in any case, the operation was a success and has pointed us towards a destination. And so now we have the chance to chart a trail, and I'm not sure where that leads to. Oh, it looks like it leads to right here, maybe. And so, yeah. Cool. That is a situation very far away. Or maybe it's over here. One or the other, but we have these 2 systems that I'm not sure how we found out about them. Shrooms look suspiciously like cable TV antennas. TV cable antenna shrooms. All right, so for society technology here, I guess we could probably just go for farming subsidies since we still have organics. And even now, we have more organics than we started with before. We just invaded a pre-FTL species, and I'm going to search around here. I only see one other pre-FTL species on the right side of the galaxy. We're going to hold off. I'm probably not going to be expanding over there for quite some time. But let's have our science ship go ahead and just start surveying some more systems nearby. Just surveying what's near our systems for now. I have another scientist who is... Where are you at, my friend? Oh, that's my... Wait, my analyst. I'm looking for... Oh, here it is. Unit Xavier. This scientist I want to keep my eye on. Right here. I'm pointing at my camera like I'm in the screen right now. But yeah, this scientist has the archaeologist trait, and so he can research projects a little bit faster, research those excavation sites a little bit quicker. And so that is what we are going to do now. We are going to go ahead and research the library. All right, and on top of that, right now we're gonna go ahead and let the game play for a little bit so I can build up some more resources, because we're gonna need some alloys. Now, back with this fungus situation, it says careful analysis of the mycelium and the signals showed that it was likely part of a network of similar organisms, possibly spanning across the galaxy as a whole and maybe beyond. While we do not know much, we discovered that as part of the network, this mycelium was also receiving signals from other places. Considering several factors, including the volume of data transferred, we do not think that the network is still in use. The fact that it is still partially active indicates that it was probably just dormant and not destroyed. And so we're going to figure out what we can learn from this mushroom. And so, oh, I forgot to see what that did there, but yeah, I'm sure it gave us some kind of benefit there. And guys, back on the ring world, look at this right here, 3 available jobs. It is time to, oh, actually we've got a research lab on the way. Wonderful. In that case, I'm going to continue building research labs and generator districts because A, we want to increase that tech as much as we can. B, we want to increase our fleets as well. C, we want to expand our borders even further. And Kia Ryan says they have a wide antenna like head so they can pick up the signal from the CIA cafeteria. Monday shepherd's pie. I love it. I love it. All right, so I'm looking around at my resources. Everything's looking a-okay right now. Let's see if we can make another first contact here with our available envoy. And then afterwards, yeah, we're gonna kick back, relax, enjoy all of these planets we have. We have 1 ring world and 2 planets, one we just conquered. And here we have a machine assembly plant on the way. And so now we're assembling pops. Let's check out our 3rd world here. And it's currently set to agro world, but I'll probably change it a little bit later on. But this planet has a spiraling slum, so that's going to add another pop. Uh-oh, hold up. So we got to jump over to this battle here. Here we go. And so they got a fleet that's sitting at 2.2 fleet power to my 1.8. And so, sheesh, they're forcing me to maybe build more here. Let's see what we got here. Actually, we could hold them off. I'm going to say, yo, bring it. You want to attack us? We are ready. And so let's see how they move. And yep, they're coming right at us. Here we go. And so their ships are entering our systems here. They're attacking the base first. We're moving our fleets in. Unit P2 is leading this fleet. Is this a new run or is this still the old run? No, this is a new run. This is the driven assimilators. Last week, actually, this past Wednesday, we finished the Commonwealth of Yang. And so, yeah, this is a robot species this time around. Guys, also exclamation point Empire, if you want to get some details about it. We are about to declare war, or actually we've already been at war with this Empire, but this is our first confrontation. I'm going to crank the speed down just a little bit, and let's see what happens. And so right now they are currently caught in the middle of my star base and my fleet. Oh yes, and ladies and gentlemen, just a heads up, we are playing this on Grand Admiral. I am ecstatic because we won our first battle. Not exclamation point details, exclamation point Empire. And so yeah, I don't have an exclamation point details, but we just won our first battle in Grand Admiral right there. That is it. That is juicy. My first battle on the hardest difficulty, and it was a success. And so yes, now the details that I have about this Empire, guys, I know some people want to see the origins and things like that. I like to go more into the role playing, and so just to kind of dive into the story situation here, like Terrible Hamster has just done with his exclamation point Empire command that he just entered. That is a way you can see the background about my Empire and just some of the details that I was thinking of when I created this Empire here. Okay, and so we just won our first battle, and we're going to keep our fleets here for now. I'm going to position them back behind the fleet again so that they can attack the defensive platforms first. But that is a victory right there. And on top of that, oh, there's no debris left behind because no ships were actually destroyed. They all retreated. But let's see what kind of weapons they were running. And so right now, our damage output is a little bit higher than theirs. Ours sitting at 112% to their 94. Our hit ratio, though, that is a little concerning. That is a little low. And so our mass drivers not really hitting like I want them to. The flak batteries, they're doing all right. Energy is like probably one of our best weapons right now. And so I'll probably want to go to our fleet manager here and add more of the laser class ship design than I have of the other ships. Actually, we'll keep those at 13, but yeah, I'm going to want to have more lasers than anything else. We'll reinforce those. Let's go back to this combat report. It's also saying that my nuclear missiles, 61% hit chance, and so these are not great, but over time we're going to try and improve these a little bit more. For our evasion, let's see here. You know what? Let's go back to our fleet manager. One thing I want to look at too is the defensive platforms, and so these mostly have small mass drivers and nuclear missiles. But I'm wondering here if we could maybe change one of these, into a hangar station, and we could add scout wings. I don't know if this is even going to work, but we'll see what happens right now. And let's just save this. A design for that name already exists for another. Oh, okay, so I guess we'll name this one. H for, what does the H stand for? I'm not sure what that stands for. But yeah, we'll build up a second protector class. And for this, I don't know how to change a starbase into that. Oh, it's defensive platforms here. And so here it is, the H class defensive platform. Wow, and so that just changes the way I look at this now. And so now we have two different types. I think one's a little bit weaker than the other. We're gonna take one more look here. I just want to see what kind of weapons they have. And so this Empire is actually running with nuclear missiles and small mass drivers. All right, nuclear missiles and small mass drivers. And so let's build to kind of counter that a little bit. And so once again, we are back here in the ship designer, and I have my point defense missile corvette. Now, this is supposed to shoot down missiles. All right. And so what I'm gonna do is, instead of changing this, I'm gonna go to our original class here. And this was the kinetic design that I had. That's like our auto best design. We changed out the, oh man, you know, I'm gonna keep the two here. We'll just do this here, start from scratch. So this time I'm gonna add a point defense to our ships, and we're gonna change our, we're gonna keep the mass drivers. And so we'll just save this and override our previous design. Protector H is like preparation H. It's for your safety and protection. It sure is. And I hope those defensive, point defenses can stop those missiles from hitting our ships here. And so we're gonna go ahead and auto-complete this. We're gonna save it over our design, and we'll see how these let's go ahead and repair and upgrade these ships. Get those guys set to our standards here. Flak laser dominates corvettes early if you want to save that too. Flak laser dominates. Okay, yeah, I might switch in the future. I'm gonna experiment and see what happens here. But yeah, here, let's go check out our laser class. This is what I have for lasers right now. And so I already have a flak for the missiles, and I have a point defense for the mass drivers. I don't go too heavy on designing my ships here, but yeah, whenever I want to change them later on, I probably will. I try to keep 3 different designs, each having a little bit more of something else. And so next up here, let's keep going for some more minerals. I did see our mineral output per month took a slight hit there. Over here on planet Storm, let's rename this. Give me something. I guess Terminus could be cool. Planet Terminus here. Now I have nothing queued up for this world. We're gonna add a machine assembly plant to this right away, and notice that the stability, it shot up. There's no low stability on this planet. It looks like, let's see what our pops are doing. We have 16 pops that are undergoing assimilation. And so they will be turned into cyborgs. On top of that, we are growing pops on this planet as well. This is going to be 1 of 3 pops, or no. This is going to be 1 of 2 pops out of 3 pops total, or 3 planets total, that have 2 pops growing at once. And so right now, out of all of these worlds, I have 3 worlds right now. 5 pops are growing at the same time, or being assembled at the same time. And so here we just upgraded our fleets. One of us, yes, they are becoming one of us. I love that. And so, yeah, let's see if we can maybe expand our borders, or yeah, we might slow down a little bit because we've colonized a few worlds. Let's get these planets established first before we do that. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm itching to, yeah, expand my borders a little bit more here. And so we'll swing these resources around again. There's another empire out here. Let's reach out to them, see what their opinion is of us. And so they're currently a little suspicious. I'm gonna see if we can maybe offer a trade deal. And so what do we have a lot of? We have a lot of energy credits. And I wonder if they have any alloys. Oh yeah, so they have nothing. Or at least they're not willing to trade any of it with us. And so we'll just say toodles, we'll see you later. Here we're gonna wait and see, let's see. Do I need to make claims with a driven assimilator? Ah, nice, we do not need to make claims. In that case here, let me check on what this base looks like. That's a 1000K fleet powered base. That does not look very strong at all. And so we're gonna go ahead and build a few more ships here. Head over to our fleet management, reinforce those. I wanna see what kind of specs the starbase has. And right now it looks like we don't have a lot of intel on this. And so there's not much I can really do with this at the moment, but it looks like an easy target to attack. And so while they're weak, let's see what their fleet power looks like. Ooh, their fleet power is now equivalent to ours. All right, and so guys, I think the DSLR has had some time to cool off. Let's crank this thing back on, and let's get back into our game here. And so here we got first contact with some structured signals. It looks like another organic species. Oh man, I don't know if I want to make first contact with another organic species while we're machines at war with a organic species. And so here we have new pops that are being assimilated into my empire. And oh man, this is going to be great. We're going to go ahead and change this world into a forge planet. Next up, we're going to find that alloy foundry, and I'm going to go ahead and just queue up. Ooh, I love this kind of problem though. So I didn't even think about this, guys. Wow. So we got, let me see, two pops on my first planet, 1 pop on my second planet. So 5 pops total growing on all of my worlds, right? And then on the world that we have, the third world we just got, that is going to be 6 pops that are being added to my empire as a whole, because we go to our population here, the pops that are being assimilated are being added to my world as well. And so that's why we have some unemployment at the moment. That is going to be very good. And so This world though, I actually, you know what, let's go to our, oh yeah, I already have a base up. We might have to build another one or upgrade this one, or nope, I can't upgrade that one yet. I'm not really seeing where I should build another base at. Maybe I'll keep them close to my home system for now. But yeah, we need some more alloys because I'm going to need some more food ASAP. We got about 16, no, I think we have 13 more cyborgs on the way. And while they may be unemployed here, which there's no unemployed pops here now, that's because they moved to another one of my planets. And so, or another one of my worlds here. And so, yes, now we have this alloy foundry building created. We just need fabricators on this world. And so, yeah, we're gonna take a quick moment here to select our physics technology. And let's go for the research speed bonus there first. And then next up, I got 4 leaders with traits. And so here is my ruler mainframe. And for them, I'm gonna, look, the fleet organizer in my last run, I went for this a bunch because it increases naval capacity, which is really good. But that ship upkeep, I'm telling you, you can't beat that. Being able to move your ships at a cheaper cost, I love it. I mean, there's other ways to increase your naval capacity that we'll get to later on in the game. But I hear same thing, logistics programming. Any way to decrease that upkeep for my ships is going to be nice. Here we have the expansion node. And for this one, I might go with instead the skirmisher. This will give me an extra 2% ship weapon damage, which is, it's not a game changer, but it's still pretty nice. I don't know how much ship upkeep that I have for my fleets, but these things should be able to run wonderfully. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and grab our armies here, and we're gonna move them to my home system. We're gonna bring them back down here to the bottom of my border. This is the route that my main army has to travel through. And so they're gonna end up right here. And the goal is to have them hang out, merge for a little bit. Eventually, I'm gonna send some more fleets here, and we're gonna travel down here to this system and prepare to enter their borders. If we can maybe, here, I wonder if there's a planet in the system. Let's check. Oh, there is. That is a size 10 world. And so let's go ahead, and I got 2,000 worth of ship power here. Let's attack. Actually, we're gonna wait to attack. Let's wait to attack. It's a little early. I don't want to jump the gun. We're gonna try and do our best here to make some good moves here, but yes. They attacked us first, and I think they're gonna be regretting that here in the future. And so let's crank that speed back up a little bit. We're just gonna keep it on fast for now. And I got plenty of influence at the moment, but right now I'm just lacking alloy production. And so we're gonna stop building jobs on these worlds, like the ones you're seeing here. This one, I got a Nexus district on the way just so that we can increase housing a little bit. But this world, plenty of jobs available. Let me see what's not being worked here. The maintenance drone jobs, we got a couple of agro drone jobs. And so there you see it, the food is back on track as well. All resources back in the positives. And for me personally, that's how I like it. Some people like to go all in on maybe 1 or 2 resources and just kind of do their own thing. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Just for me, I like to keep everything out of those situations. And so, we're gonna increase that naval capacity, but we got a fleet here. Oh, wait, what's going on? I should have restricted the system. Oh, crap. Now they're by a swarm. And so let's go ahead and do that now. We'll restrict this, and hopefully my ships decide, no, please don't attack my army. Thank goodness. Oh my goodness, they passed right by them. All right, so let's select our next tradition. Next up, we're gonna go with the overwhelming force in the supremacy tradition tree. And so it says here that everything must be brought to bear on the enemy if victory is to be assured. A swift and decisive attack can paradoxically change lives that would have been needlessly lost in a prolonged engagement. And so this right here, perfect timing. Perfect timing. We will be able to increase our ship fire rate by 10%, and orbital bombardment damage will be increased by 20%. And so yes, we will select this, and we are 1 point in supremacy away from getting our first ascension perk. Now we do have some stability here, and oh my goodness, we got 11 unemployed pops. That assimilation went by a lot faster than I had planned. And so we're gonna go ahead and queue up 2 more industrial districts in hopes that we can solve those amenity issues. But holy moly, we got some pops that are looking for jobs. Now guys, earlier we started our first Archaeological dig site. This is the library, and so this is the first situation of this site. It says that it is the ruins long forgotten, and we have discovered clear signs that on a world that we were researching this excavation site on was once densely populated. However, whatever destroyed their civilization did a very thorough job of it. Very few useful remains have been found. Now, our scanners have detected several large cavities deep below the surface that may have supported life. Perhaps we will have more luck there. And so this is going to begin a interesting series of events, and System Television says, hey, the unemployment thing is a bug. Prioritize and unprioritize any menial drone job, and they will get the jobs. It's a bug, newly assimilated pops. Okay, so you're saying you have the same issue as well? All right, so let's go back and see if that fixes it. So we'll go to our pop. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yo, right on, System. Yeah, we gotta give a round of applause to System Television there for helping my empire there, because that right there saved me some stability issues. And on top of that, it filled those jobs in right away. And so, nice. Yo, right on for that. And so now look at this. We should be getting a huge boost to our food. Okay, we're only at 10 right now. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, we went up by like 22 right there. And we have more minerals. Wow. Right on for that. I was not aware of that being a bug or anything, but saved our pops the situation there. And we got to, uh-oh. No, we got the army attacking my base here. I had my fleets being upgraded. And so hopefully we can get there in time. While we wait, so let me go ahead and sell some resources here so that I can get a defensive platform queued up. And let's try out the Protector H class. We'll see what's up with that, if it can hold off some ships for a little bit. Oh my goodness. Please, yes, my fleet is there. Please do not let them take that base. Get out of the way, situations. And so here we have it. Oh, and they retreated again. They lost 2 corvettes to our 1 defensive platform. Weakened the starbase just a little bit. But that's our second victory right there. And so we'll call that a dub. And their war exhaustion is currently sitting right now at 30% to our 20. And so I think right now we got the advantage in this battle. While their ships are retreating, I think right now we should attack. And so we're gonna go ahead and hit this base first. We're gonna hit hard. We're gonna grab our armies and merge them first. I wish I had a position for, man, when you don't have a general is when you want a general. And so our ships are now entering the system. We're attacking the base. All right, one of our ships are just idle at the moment. And this fleet is being commanded. Yes, it is being commanded by Unit P2. And I'm actually going to change the name of this leader here once this battle's over. But they're going to be attacking this base. I'm going to grab my hunter-killer armies, and we're going to have them enter orbit here. And boom, that's a base down. That is a base under our control here. So there we go. We lost very minimal ships. We're going to land our... Actually, no. Before we even get here, I'm just going to move the ships here instead. We're going to grab my fleet, and let's begin bombarding this planet. Excuse me, guys. I think my allergies are starting to slap at me right now. And so, oh, they're bringing a fleet right at us here. I'm hoping... Oh, yes. Look at that. Their fleet numbers are dropping here. And I'm going to imagine those are losses. Those have to be losses. Yes. Victory, baby. And so I got to see the victory score on this one. So now our damage output is matched. But geez Louise, our hit ratio is just terrible. Absolutely terrible. Theirs is worse. Their nuclear missiles can't even touch us. Wow. Point defense. There it is. And so you guys can't see it behind me. Sorry, but I'm looking here. Let me move it over a little bit. Nuclear missiles are doing nothing to me. And so if you guys are just now watching me for the first time, I've been trying to get the hang of just combat in general for quite some time now, and things are starting to happen. I'm starting to finally grasp it. It took me some time, but man, I'm so glad. And guys, I'm gonna hydrate here for a quick second. But yo, being able to now counter different types of builds that ships have, now I just got to figure out how to work my way around their armor and shields and things like that. But look at that, we beat 8 corvettes this time. And so that's going to increase their war exhaustion now to 42. Ours is at 26. And I'm looking at them like, yo, you guys are getting a little tired. What? 90% evasion cruisers? That sounds insane. That sounds insane. I got to learn a little bit more about fleets before I'm able to do anything like that. But no, I think that's a little beyond me at the moment. A good hard counter to their fleet design is pure armor since they run mass drivers. Copy that. So when they have kinetic weapons, or primarily kinetic weapons, go with armor. If they have lasers, I should go with heavier on shields. If they have missiles, point defense, and then, yeah, I think that's the 3, right? And then, like, what happens if they have both? You just kind of like mix and match it? Let me know what you do, like, kind of in the later game, Jack, because I'm curious about that. I'm always trying to figure out different things about combat and just anything in particular in Stellaris. Copy that. Right on. I'm gonna have to like try to screenshot that so I can remember that, Lund. Both of you guys, yeah, appreciate that, Jack and Lund, for the tips right there. So yeah, we've surveyed as many systems as we probably can for the time being right now. And this, look at these guys, they're expanding in our direction. We have to stop that. We have to stop all that. Or better yet, we're just gonna take their world. So while they expand in this direction, we'll just take their planets in this area. I want to check their fleets, and they're still equal to us, and so they're probably still just retreating their ships. Oh yeah, so that I already knew about, right on the... Yes, those are facts. I can check those out here. But guys, what we're going to be checking out here right now is bombardment of a planet. I want to try to get here as quickly as possible. I could build a science ship in my home system and then just switch my science ships out, but I'm going to do it the lazy way there. For our governor, we have a trait available. And right now we got 2 traits. Oh, we got to go for the ship construction focus too. Especially since the only base or the only shipyards we have is in the system that this governor is currently in. And that's going to increase ship build speed by 15%. And once again, decreasing that cost of building said ships. And so let's go to our fleet manager here and reinforce these bad boys. And as Jack was saying earlier, yeah, if you hover over it, it shows you up here above what damage does to what. Oh yeah, I already know about that one too. Being able to kidnap pops off of other planets with the nihilistic bombardment. Yes. I mean, hey, we have a tradition here coming up soon. We might have to select that. But first, let's go to our scientist here who is currently researching a archaeology dig site. And we're gonna give him that archaeologist unit 2 trait. And so this is going to increase archaeology excavation speed by 20%. And I don't know if you guys know about the paragons, but I had found a paragon that had some really good like invasion type, I'm going to take your species off your planet and incorporate them into our world type traits. That plus that nihilistic acquisition could be insane and fun. Okay, so let's look for some systems here to expand to next. I actually want to go back in this direction, and we're going to start building bases here so that we push right at the AI that is expanding rapidly on our right side, the empire we are currently at war with. Now, again, we are bombarding a planet. Let me check their army, and it looks like right now, oh, they only have 167 garrisoned on this planet. It is time to invade. And so we're going to land our armies now. We got about, I forget what these armies are called. Let me go back and see what these armies are. The armies I have currently are hunter-killer armies. And so, yeah, they're going to be packing a punch here in a bit. And let's see what this invasion is going to be looking like. The renowned army general, yes. I like that general a lot. All right, so here we have it. I think we outnumber them just by a handful. And this battle looks like it's going to
an enemy planet has
the Neural Infusion. Ooh, and so that gives me the border. It gives me the planet. Oh, it doesn't give me the planet. I thought there were pops living here. What's up? Oh, there is. So planet Sprout. Yes. We have a new world with 11 pops to be assimilated. Oh my goodness. Now, I love playing robots, but I did not realize how fun driven assimilators are. All right. And this right here, I am enjoying every bit of this. And so we've now conquered a second world. Oh man. And let me see what their home planet's looking like. Hoo-hoo-hoo. That home world looks attainable. I'm not gonna lie. So these guys attacked us, and it looks like they may be losing their home planet. Wow. Wowzers. And so let's go ahead and get a Nexus district queued up on this world. Honestly, I might just make this. Oh, it's already set to Forge World as is. And so let's go ahead and demolish this research lab for now. And we'll switch out the uplink node with a... Actually, another thing too, guys, we got 18 alloys per month right now. And so here's the plan with this planet. We just took it over. The planet is assembling pops. What's going to happen is we have a Nexus district built that's going to add some housing, since right now our jobs outrank our housing. Increase the housing. Then after that, we'll build a machine assembly plant. And then with that Nexus district opening up a building slot, we'll then build a alloy foundry on it and get some more alloys. But imagine how intense the ground battle might be to those poor foot sloggers. That's a funny name. Jack says, after every invasion, remember to check your pops because the bug. Copy that. Yes. Thank you for reminding me on that as well. I think right now, though, they're being assembled. And so once we get that like low stability like this right here, once we get our pops moving around, then we will definitely assign them to their jobs here. And so I still need that scientist down here, though, because there's plenty of debris to be researched, and I don't want to waste away with it. And so on top of that, we get another base, and this is going to be a choke point system as well. They have no modules on this either. That pesky AI. Guys, we're doing this on Grand Admiral, and so for me alone, this is absolutely wonderful. Change of pace for my games. Usually I'm like struggling to conquer anyone at all, and here we had an empire declare war against us that had a superior fleet, and we are literally beating them. And so I'm having a blast here. And so for my science ship that is in this direction, since they're kind of pinned in on this side of the galaxy, I'm going to have them go ahead and research both of those anomalies in those two systems. And then for physics technology, next up, let's go for the lasers. Let's keep upgrading our ship's weapons. If it's not technology, or if it's not some kind of modifier or component or weapon or shielding armor, anything like that that I can add to my ships, we will come back to it later on. Now I have my other science ship here. Everyone's looking around. Everyone's like, yo, we need projects to research. And so before I was kind of queuing them up, since this science ship that I have that is right here in this system, since they're inside of my borders right now, and there's not really a lot of systems to go to explore, I think we've explored most of what we can for now. We're gonna go ahead and set an automation for this fleet. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have them, since this scientist does not have any kind of archaeology traits, I do not want them to excavate archaeology sites. Instead, I'll have them investigate anomalies, and I'll have them research special projects. And they will start that right away. For my construction ship here, we still don't have as many alloys as I would like to have at the moment, but no worries though, because we're going to be probably expanding around this cluster here next, and there is 8 Zro in this Athos system. Wow. That is going to be very valuable here later on in the game. I don't know if you've played around with the assist research setting, but some of the traits you get are quite OP. Oh yes, for sure. And we'll look at some of those later on once we get them. But yeah, especially with the Paragons. I can't wait to find our first Paragon. We have this on solar soil situation. And so this says we have found wreckage of an archaic spaceship of unusual design. And let's get a look at this and see where it's located in this pulsar system, which would be very useful for quantum catapult. But it says that instead of using propulsion similar to that of modern ships, the craft relied on large sails unfurled in the vacuum of space. Presumably, the ships harvested solar energy and drifted on the solar winds created by starlight. We should dig deeper. And that's taking place all the way over here, so that's not in my system, actually. Or not in my borders. All right, so let's keep our eye on planet Sprout. Want to make sure that these pops are... Yeah, see, here it is. And there it goes. And so now we just need housing on this world, but the pops have been added to those jobs, and there it is. And so our alloys have just taken a slight bump up. Here we have some alien drag racing in this system, and it says that a crater, which is right here, this crater behind me, or behind the chat here, it says that it exhibits long irregular marks imprinted onto the relatively soft upper layers of the asteroid. our science officer has recovered some interesting unexpected wreckage from the edges of the depression, wheeled vehicles, seemingly personal transports rather than research craft. The crew speculate that the crater may once have been used for sport, and some alien species pitting their personal locomotion devices against each other in tests of mechanical strength and speed in near zero G. So I love seeing situations like these. Like, not all situations have to be completely game breaking, but here we found some ships that were maybe used for racing in the past, and now that gave me 6 engineering space deposits. And so let's keep an eye on our fleets here and let's see what is happening. We have a planet under our control. Let's go ahead and see if we can maybe sell some of these minerals. And I want to continue reinforcing my fleets while we continue to attack. And so even though we won that world right there, it's not the end of it. And so before we start that, let's look at the library. And so before we looked at the situation, we found a planet that apparently was completely annihilated, or the species were annihilated very thoroughly. And now it says that our excavation of the cave systems on this said world has found well-preserved remnants of an underground high-technology society built on a vast scale. Many of the ruins are in surprisingly good condition, and we have managed to find what our research subroutines are describing as a library, an encrypted data crystal. Hopefully, these can shed some light on what happened here. And we're gonna say, keep at it. And so we continue with the library dig site. Here we are upgrading one of our new bases, and we're gonna add those defensive platforms because I see some ships mobilizing over here. This is their home system, right? They have two, they have 2 planets that are colonized. I'm gonna do my best to take both of those. Their world, your worlds are mine. That is the plan. Normal traits you can get under the assist research tree is 4 minerals for each miner. Just have them assist your minerals worlds and grab in the resources. Nice. So what I've been doing is I've been going for, in this run, I've been mostly going for leader upkeep so that we can get some extra unity. And speaking of unity, hold up. We got some increased mining station output through technology. Next up, let's go for plate steel armor. I know earlier you guys mentioned that with those kinetic weapons, getting some higher armor would be a very nice modifier. And so there was something I was going to look at here, and now I can't seem to remember. And so I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, I noticed that my tradition was going to take a long time, 305 months in order to get our next tradition. That is way too long. And so let's jump over to one of our worlds here, and we're going to add a unity building to it, preferably a simulation site. And so that should help me get that unity up just a little bit higher. Same for this world too. We'll just go ahead and I'll probably replace this building later on, but for now, you know what? I wonder if it's an edict I have active. Oh, that's what I was going to look for. So we go to our government tab here, edicts, and fortifying the border is our current edict we have active right now. Not upgrading as many bases at the moment, and so we'll go ahead and deselect this so that I can get a little bit more unity than what we had before. That's not going to increase it by a huge amount, but yeah, once those 2 buildings are up, we should be getting it in due time. All right. And so here we still got that locust swarm I'm going to be keeping my eye on. In the meantime, though, we got war with the Imperium, and right now we are almost close to just finishing this. We could completely annihilate the species. We're going to return one of my science ships. We're going to have them go MIA for a little bit, but they'll come back to our home system. Their ships do negative 50 armor damage to you, so with point defense and armor, they won't kill anything probably. Nice. I saw my own shadow there, and I thought it was something else. I thought it was a bug. I like that. Yeah, Beaglejack. Like I said, I've been playing this game for a while, and combat has been a huge thing I've been trying to figure out. I've been watching videos on it, but for some reason it never made sense to me until just recently, just this past Wednesday. We were playing the Commonwealth of Yang. Someone was just telling me about building more corvettes and smaller ships than bigger ships, and that just completely turned everything around for me. And so guys, going back here to my ring world, let's go ahead and open up another Nexus district so that we can get a building slot open on this planet. And maybe I'll add another, maybe another research lab on that planet. Here, we're gonna add a simulation site as well. We got to get that unity up as quickly as possible because I want to unlock this last tradition. And here we have nano sand. And so our crew is excited to report a unanticipated find on the surface of this planet right here behind me. This, I'm going to imagine it's, whoa, they're surveying that from far away. And so not only is the plentiful sand dunes of the planet composed of rare metal granulate, the sand itself is almost entirely composed of countless broken nanites. Now, these microscopic machines are millions of years old. Their structure degraded for far beyond any chance of reactivation. And while we cannot determine the source of origin for these nanomachines, the society that created them must have been highly technologically advanced. Now, my science officer postulates that the nanites may have been used to terraform the surface millions of years ago. And so this gives me 200 nanites. Wow. Along with some other resources, but yo, that was nice. That is a very nice find right there. All right, so we got an extra 30 to our naval capacity here. And next up, let's go for the uniform data standards. This is going to increase my monthly unity, which we could definitely use a little bit more of that. And it adds a pool of unity that we can use however we choose to. And so here we got a construction ship that is being queued up. And you know what? I'm still not too worried about it because we are about to take another planet from this empire if we can. I just got to get some more ships on the way. And so I got 700 alloys. Let's go ahead and reinforce. Look at this. Look at all those ships. That is 12 ships, 13 ships queued up there. And once those are reinforced, we are going to attack their capital. And so I'm pretty sure I got plenty of armies right now that we could manage to successfully invade. I'm hoping both worlds here if we first bombard their planets. And so the Imperium is now insulting me. And look at all these systems they have. This is crazy. The fact they have so many systems right now is just, yeah, that's pretty dangerous themselves. And they're at war with two empires at the same time. I see. So they got a lot to handle right now. And I think both empires are like, nah, these guys are at war with them as well. I don't have a lot of intelligence on them at the moment. But let's see. Oh, I got one that is, I only have two envoys. One is initiating first contact. The other is spying on these guys. And let's manage our spy network now. Honestly, I'm not worried about you guys anymore. You're not even a threat to me. We're gonna reach out and see what's up with these guys. And so let's go ahead and start by, let me see, building a spy network here as well. All right, cool. And so this war is going to continue on, and while that is taking place, we are currently preparing for our next invasion. We just gotta queue up a few more ships, and it is going to be go time. Now let's check out these anchorages here. I want to see if, oh yes, we do have the anchorages on this base as well as the solar panel networks on the other. As our ships get bigger, I do see that the energy credits are now below 100, and we are back to the library situation. And so a unit exploring the ruins on the world where the excavation dig site is happening. And it says that after a short search, we found a circuit board that seemed to have belonged to a USB. Our research subroutines are in no doubt that these remains are what's left of our missing unit, but they are baffled as to how their unit corroded away quite quickly. They urge caution as we continue our investigation. So this is very disturbing here with the library. We got to be careful. We just had a unit like just disintegrate very quickly. And so yes, to do some more, just a little managing here on the planet. Let's see. Oh, wow. We're getting a lot of unity now. All right. I'm just temporarily going to add a simulation site for now. Just trying to get through my first tradition here. Here we have no housing available because this planet has newly assimilated pops. And so I'm just skimming around here making sure. Yeah, see, like anytime I see a planet that has more jobs and housing, I try to add another city or housing district. That way our pops have somewhere to live. But in the meantime, though, let's go ahead and have our scientists now begin automatically researching and investigating anomalies as well. Just to keep them queued up and giving me some quality of life here. Oh, man. And like I said before, guys, their border is pretty much connected to ours. And so that right there is no good. No good to us. We may have to go up there and take some of that back. But in the meantime, though, We got our ships down here still upgrading. Oh, that base just got a lot stronger. It's currently sitting at 2.4K. I see their fleets, they're not really doing much right now, and I can't attack at the moment. They have about 4K total worth of fleet power. And so while they're kind of hanging back, we're not going to give them the chance to get a breather here. Let's go ahead and attack another base. And so we're going to push forward and attack this Andrusa system. Okay. Andrusa system has a little bit of a weaker base, and let's see how their ships respond to this. And so we have apparently a first contact encounter in that system as well. I have looked into it. No worries. We're going to go ahead and hit this base now, and that is going to be more than likely another one under our control. And so they are now trying to offer us peace. I'm definitely going to decline and be like, yeah, no thanks. We're going to take more systems. And so they should have thought of that before they decided to attack us. Here we have a gas giant ship. Yeah, I got plenty of influence right now, and so we're going to try and bring that up later on. I'm going to bring my my army back out of this system because I'm sure the AI is probably going to try to attack here next. And yes, they are. And so before my fleet moves on to attack here, let's go ahead and meet them dead on in that system and prevent them from taking my base. Now, where in the world is my science ship? I gotta find the nearest science ship. Here we have one right here. Let's see. I need someone to research this debris. And so we'll queue that up there for now. We got 2 new technologies here. And so let's go with FTL inhibition first. And for society technology, you can't go wrong with increasing your fleet command limit and unlocking the Edict fleet supremacy. Both of those will be very nice to add. Let's go back to our construction ship here, and oh man, we're going to build our first outpost in quite a while. Guys, I got 1,000 alloys. That is very bad for everyone right now. My alloy production is starting to go up, and so here we got a battle going down. Our third battle. Here we go. We're taking some slight losses. We got a junkyard situation giving us some more minerals from resources. We're taking some heavy losses. They're taking losses as well. We're at 1.7 to their 1.8. We now took the lead. It's still pretty close, but we got numbers on them. And that is a victory for the machines. That is victory for the machines. Somehow their fleet is still superior to ours. All right, so we did take a few losses in this battle here, but I'm sure, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. They got another fleet, or they got more ships reinforcing them. Hold up. So all my ships have now bounced out. I'm going to queue up as many defensive platforms as I can. Come on, so one fleet's down. Come on, defensive platform. Another fleet is down. I only got a handful of ships. We are just hanging in there by a thread. 63 ships to their 1,000 right now. We've retreated, but they're still fighting this defensive platform. Oh my goodness. And we found some hegemonic imperialist. A hegemony, get out of my face. Oh, and so they've destroyed almost all of my fleets right now. I kind of want to destroy it. Take that, alien scum. Okay, all right, so somehow where did that come from? Where did this come from? It does not matter. We're going to go ahead and accept peace. This system remains ours, the planet remains ours, and we're going to prepare for our next onslaught against that empire because, yeah, they'd have messed up. Now, our border is right next to their home system, and so, yo, that is our first victory in Grand Admiral right there. They declare war against us, and in return, they lost a planet and 2 systems. So hold that L right there, and thank you very much. Now, let's go ahead and start researching these projects. I need all of that. And so driven assimilators, ladies and gentlemen, that is it right there. Next up for engineering, we're going to jump over to the destroyer technology. This also increases fleet command limit, which we're nowhere near. We are nowhere near that right now, and so I'm keeping all of my fleets in our home system. We're gonna get these guys merged together. Can you check their ship design real quick? I sure can. And so if we go down here, they lost a couple of corvettes. Oh, they actually have destroyers already too. But they're running with nuclear missiles, sentinel point defense, small UV lasers, medium coil gun, and small coil gun. And so it sounds like I'm gonna have to go mostly armor with a little sprinkle of shielding. And yeah, they had a high hit ratio compared to us. Their nuclear missiles did damage to me? I think I'll need some more point defense or something. And so let's go to our fleet here. I don't know if I have that. Did I have that destroyer ship yet? No, I don't. So we'll have to get to work on that ASAP. In the meantime, though, I still have 34 days of military buildup, so I'm, we're just gonna go ahead and launch this agenda next. This decreases the negative traits, and let's open up another, not edicts. Let's open up another agenda here. And so Chart the Unknown is the only available agenda that we currently have. We're gonna go ahead and select it. In the meantime, we got a lot of ships here to build and rebuild. And so we're gonna try and reinforce as many of these as we can. I'm buying all of the alloys. There we go. And over here at our fleet manager, boom, reinforce as many of those as we can. And now we have about 22 ships queued up. So getting to work on repairing those ASAP. That way we can prepare in case another empire wants to attack. Now, we got this time for some peace really quick. We are going to be trying to increase our borders here a little bit more. Got a construction ship that has just been desperately waiting for me to be. She's like, please, can we expand anywhere in the galaxy? That would be wonderful right now. And I think so. I think we should maybe colonize this size 25 Savannah world next. And guys, I love this song. What is this song? This is Towards Utopia. One of the best tracks in the game. Hearing those violins just tickles my eardrums. I don't know what it is about it, but I absolutely love it. Here we gotta wait about 3 more months until we are able to colonize that size 25 planet. And we have found the Triumph. These guys usually just come to us with offers throughout the game. They're the Caravan Coalition. Nice. And so hold up, we did make some contact with other AI empires out there in the galaxy. The Clagian Galactic Polity. Let's see what's up with these guys. This is the hegemony that we found earlier. They're suspicious of us, but I think we can make some good trading partners. We need some Lindsay Sterling. Yo, man, it's crazy because where I live at, she came here one year and I didn't even get the chance to see her, but I heard it was a really cool concert that she had. But yeah, she's pretty cool. I like her. All right, so yeah, we're not gonna reach out to the caravan just yet. Like I said, we just got some peace. We got a little bit of repairing to do to our economy, and we got to prepare for another battle here because they're not going to slow down building their ships. Well worth the ticket. Agreed. Yeah, I like her whole upcoming story. How they told her she couldn't play such an instrument while moving so fast, but she does. I think she's one of the best to do it. So yeah, kudos to her. All right, let's see what jobs are being worked on these planets. So we got a farm job still open. Here we have no specialist jobs open. Same thing with our main planet here. And so let's go ahead and start. This planet just needs Nexus districts. Oh, thank goodness we got to research that debris right there, giving us all sorts of tech bonuses. We'll research everything that's going on in this system as well. All right, and so here, yeah, again, we're looking for those specialist jobs. Here we have a fabricator job that's available, so I'll come back to this planet. Here, all fabricator jobs are open, and so, or are all being worked at the moment. And so let's build another industrial district and really just trying to milk the alloys right now. We want as many of those as we can. The minerals we'll have to watch and keep an eye out for. And here we have a singing planets. Interesting. That's going to give me 6 physics research deposits. And guys, like I said before, we got a lot out of that war. We got this one world right here that is for us. It's currently growing 2 pops at the same time. On top of that, we've already assimilated the pops, and we have no unemployed pops anywhere in the galaxy, or in our part of the galaxy at least. Here is our border, and oh, here we have found the nanite crystal lattices. And so detailed analysis about the enormous metallic crystals dominating the planet we are researching's landscape have defied all expectations. Our scientist Unit N5 is excited to reveal that these oversized crystals are in fact composed of trillions upon trillions of deactivated nanites. Now, their molecular structure matches no known Empire's nanotechnology structures, making their point of origin indeterminable. They may have been deposited on the planet by some unknown spacefarers for an unknown purpose. As far as Unit 5 can tell, the nanites compiled themselves into perfectly oriented crystalline lattices and replicated until a point at which they became deactivated. While the crystals they created do in fact resemble buildings, they are entirely uniform in composition and cannot possibly have served any such purpose. And so this is going to give me another 200 nanites. And back to the library. So sorry guys, we got a lot of situations popping up here. So as we interpret the data crystals from the caves, we begin piecing together a picture of the troubled planet. And so again, before, if you guys are just now joining in the chat, we found a planet where apparently they were exterminated very well, and we're trying to figure out what's going on. We found a sort of like sub-civilization that appears to be more advanced than we thought. And now it says the planet was once the center of a prosperous civilization known as the Iani Foundation. Now, during the civilization's latter years, the Lani turned more and more to the hoarding of knowledge instead of more material matters such as procreation. As a result, their population fell rapidly. Alarmed by their dwindling numbers, their leaders attempted to find a technological solution for immortality. Records became scarier around this point. Though it appears to predate whatever catalysm forced them underground, it is not clear yet what results their efforts yielded. And so again, getting some more minor artifacts from that. And let's keep it going. And so yeah, throughout my planets here, I'm just clearing out districts or clearing out tile blockers, adding districts, trying to increase oh man, the ring world is growing very fast. And so yo guys, we are going to select our last tradition for this stream, and tune in because this is where you come into play. If you're watching this stream on YouTube, if you're watching this on Twitch, in between each stream, this is going to be an interactive playthrough where you can sway the decisions of my game. And as always, I like to let you guys select my ascension perks here. And so for our first ascension perks, guys, we got a couple of options. This was mentioned in the game before. And like I said before, check out this YouTube channel, follow it, subscribe, prepare, check out that community post tab, because you will be able to vote on one of these ascension perks that I choose that I think would best fit my empire. In particular, I'm looking at you: nihilistic acquisition, technological ascendancy, interstellar dominion. I don't have to make claims. This probably won't even be necessary for me. Mastery of nature, imperial prerogative. I mean, we have some empire size that's already above 100 now. Guys, I'm Alpha Delete. We are going to get ready to drop a raid for another streamer, but if you're watching this and you want to see some more tips, tricks, and things like that, if you want to see more role playing, then you are in the right place. There will be videos posted above after the stream is over. Tune in. Hey, just FYI, nihilistic acquisition is broken. That is what I've heard. And so yes, if that is true, please be sure to go to my YouTube channel and vote for it, because after the stream, give me about 30 minutes. We're going to be jumping over to my community post to see if I can maybe post this anywhere, or post this on my community post so that you guys can vote on it. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to go to my Twitch channel here. If you're watching this on YouTube, I cannot see your comments anymore because I just wrapped it up over there. We're going to be looking for someone to drop a raid for, and I already know the perfect person. We're going to be dropping a raid for Meowpenheimer, but yeah, guys, until then, we will be back tomorrow evening. We're going to be back tomorrow evening with some more Stellaris driven assimilators. I've had an absolute blast right now playing the first 32 years of this game. And like I said before, check out the end of the video here. But until then, I will see you all later. Alpha out. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Be there.